Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. As you can see from the title, should Manchester United try to sign KARIM Benzema on loan? So myself and my co-host will be discussing that. We've also been linked with the Barcelona centre-back, Ronald, is it Arahu? I think that's how you say his name. I probably butchered that, but you lot know who I'm talking about. But whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. Hit the like button on the video straight away. Make sure you share this across the socials. Follow at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV across all socials as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. It is road to 10,000 subscribers. And like I said, it's the Tuesday edition. So I've got a couple of my co-hosts in the building. A couple more will be joining. We got Mr. Red United TV, Ivorian Spice, man enjoying the AFCON in the building. We've also got Dan Sillyman in the building as well. Ivorian, what are you telling me? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good with my national team. I just know what I don't know about my club, but as always, but we've moved, man. Big up to everyone that's tuned in today. You know, another one, ManDem United podcast Tuesday. It's gonna get interesting, isn't it? It's a lot to talk about, Flawless and Danny, man. Big up Danny as well.
Yeah,
big up Danny.
Big up, lads. Can you hear me loud and clear? Come on.
Yeah, we can hear you, man. What are you telling me, Dan? You good?
Blessed, mate. Blessed and grateful to be alive, to be living. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, happy to be here, bruv. ManDem United. Let's go.
You know what, Dan? That being said, with all that energy, we'll start with you. You know what I'm saying?
Start with me.
KARIM Benzema. You know what I'm saying? He's unhappy over in Saudi Arabia with his current club. Been linked with a move to Manchester United. Been linked with a move to Arsenal. Also been linked with a move to Chelsea as well. But before we get to that, before you answer that question, got to welcome you. I'm saying, Mr. Rhino in the cut as well. Yes, Rhino. What are you telling me? You good?
Yeah, man. I'm chilling, man. We're live, man. I feel like I haven't really been on much shows this year, so you know, I need to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
What's that noise? Is that my side?
Yeah, but I think I got
feedback
Dan,
on my
one
side.
second. No, it's not. Wait, let's hear. Yeah, Dan, I think it's you. Just getting some feedback from your microphone. Yeah. I think it's Dan.
Yeah, man. Big up you, man. Though anyway, big up Ivor and Dan as usual. Leon. Flawless, obviously the work monster, you know, you feel me?
Okay, man. Yeah. Leon will be here shortly as well, people. And I will add all the ManDem's links for their channels in the title, but they're all underneath in the description on this live stream and every other live stream anyway, and all on the featured channel as well. But yeah, Ivorian will go to you because obviously while Dan just sorts out his audio. Actually, before we get to that, every time I go to ask somebody a question, one more of the ManDem joins the live stream, man. So yeah, I got to welcome. Leon's also in the cut as well. Yes, Leon, what are you telling me, man? What are you saying?
I'm here, man. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all good. All
can
good.
hear me one second.
Yo, Dan, have you got AirPods in?
I can hear someone buzzing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no stress.
Is he still messed up?
Got AirPods in. Disconnect the AirPods. That's a free yard. Yeah.
The speaker at a rave like, boy.
Yeah. Dan, disconnect the AirPods. It's all good.
Hey, you know about them ones.
You know that one's there when the DJs are swapping over. I did an event on Friday. The DJs swapping. I was like, yo, bro, turn it down. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I hear that. How are you, man? You're blessed.
So yeah, man. Oh, bless.
You know them ones that the wires all tangled in your legs. Right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the mic?
It was mad. And the guy was on the deck.
Yeah,
like, yo, we got the people in the place. Just like talking. He's literally just talking the whole time. It's like, yeah, man, we come back soon. Go then. Shout out everyone, and everyone's like, nah, man, play the tunes, blood. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts, man. That happened to me. I'd be hosting shows, and when the sound goes wrong, people look at me like I'm sound engineer. It's like, I'm not a sound engineer. You know what I'm saying? If you get feedback, that happened at the last show I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like the last show I hosted. Last month. You know what I'm saying? And then people look at me in regards to the feedback on the mic, and I'm like, yo, this microphone's not working. I am not sound engineer. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame me. Don't look at me to sort out these type of issues. You know what I'm saying? But Leon's in the build. Like I say, Rhino, Dan will be back as well, Ivorian. But yes, Ivorian, we'll start with you. KARIM Benzema, like I said, unhappy with his current club in Saudi Arabia. Been linked to Manchester United, also been linked to Chelsea, also been linked to Arsenal as well. But where do you stand? Do you think we should try and sign KARIM Benzema on loan till the end of the season?
Absolutely, goddamn. like expeditiously, like T.I. would always say, bruv, because you know what the situation is, you know. Look at Manchester United right now. We are struggling for goals, you know. You know, our main striker, has only got 2 Premier League goals this season entirely, you know. Not in all competition, but just the Premier League alone. And we are dying. And he's dying for help. He's been screaming for help. He's been looking at people like Bruno and telling him, help me, Bruno. Just help me. Give me a pass that I don't have to do too much on, you know. Get me. I'm right here, but you're spamming it down there. But the likes of bringing someone like Karim Benzema, to my opinion, still world-class talent. I don't believe he's lost anything. It's only been about 6 or 7 months since he's been at Saudi Arabia. And it's a no-brainer. Someone with his experience. And I believe that someone like Højlund can learn from someone like Karim Benzema because he's been there, he's done that, he's won it. And even the other young players, even someone like Marcus Rashford can learn from Karim Benzema, especially when it comes to being cool, composed in front of goal and making the right decisions. Even Alejandro Garnacho as well can learn. You know, we need the goal. So we should be looking at a deal like that. And I hate the fact that I've even read the other day that he's also been linked to Chelsea, and Chelsea might be exploring that option too, you know. So for me, it's a no-brainer, man. We have to go for someone like Karim Benzema. And if it's Manchester United, it's a cheap deal. It's a cheap loan deal. You know, how can you say no to that? Maybe the wages might be a problem, but you cannot say no.
It's not cheap, but yeah, it's a deal.
Leon, your thoughts on it? And I see people in the chat, so I might respond to a couple people in the chat in a second. But yeah, Leon, your thoughts on the Benzema link. So bear in mind, people, this is all hypothetical.
I'll say, Dan, I think your thing's still buzzing.
Your thing's still buzzing, you know. You need to check the settings.
Yeah, no stress, man. People, you lot know what it's like, man. We there. You lot ain't new. Well, for those that aren't new here, you know how it happens, man. We have technical difficulties from time to time, but we keep the show on the road. But yeah, Leon, Karim Benzema, are you against it? What are you saying?
No, it's whether we can get the deal. Come on, we don't deserve it, man. We don't deserve him. Do you know what I mean? So let's be real now. But
hey, I deserve it. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I deserve it. I deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Flawless right now would chuck everyone out. Flawless would chuck out Bruno, Rashford, and probably McTominay and just swap him just for Benzema. Do you know what I mean? But I think if we can get the deal done, for him, it's beneficial. It's kind of beneficial and it's not, because it's beneficial because he's going to make a load of money. He'll be the main man at United, but from an achievement point of view, there's not really any attraction or pull there for him. If he comes in, scores a load of goals, and we get to top 4, what you think he's going to be, having a rave in Manchester about? He's not bothered. He's won bigger things than that. So it's whether we can get the deal. And if we can, that's a big positive for us, because we need proven goal scorer, a leader. Obviously, we'll have that Real Madrid spine as well, which I think is our only chance of getting anything this season. But I mean, if you're Benzema and you look at United right now and you're like, yo, Karim, you can win the FA Cup and you can make top 4, he's probably going to be like, nah. Do you know what I mean? But where else could he go? I mean, there's no way he's going to go Tottenham. I could see him at Chelsea. I mean, could Liverpool or Arsenal pull
That's what I was going to say.
Arsenal City, they're not going to do that. Where else in the world could he go? Could he go to a PSG? Could he go to a Bayern? He's not going to get played at Bayern, is he? So I can't see.
Apart from back to Real Madrid, I think we are the second best option for him.
In fact, what about the Italian league? Who's up there this season? That was the only thing. But then the wages issue.
So I was going to say, outside of Real Madrid, because of Liverpool would be a great. Why Liverpool are not? Actually, I know why Liverpool ain't linked to him, because they don't do smart business like that. But that's a great fit for him. That's a great fit for them, and that's a great fit for him, because he's the type of player who can take you over the top in the title race. Outside of Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid is the best option for him going back there, because we got to remember is he's unhappy over there. So it's not like man's just chilling in Saudi. Like, he wants out. Like, man's not turned up to training, I believe it is, or something like that. But
so who's? Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid, they've only got that. Is it Gerardo or something? They've only got one.
Yeah, their striker is Hossamu. That's it. Yeah.
So they, So I'm saying Real Madrid, United, or Chelsea. But hopefully, if we can pull it off, it'd be. We've only got vibes to look forward to till the end of the season. We've got nothing else. So if we can get Benzema vibes, yeah. And you know what? I like the way he talks. He'll be smoky as hell. Any link to like he's linked to some gunmen or something. He's linked to something outside of football, isn't he? He's had charges. He's a bad man. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying?
I think about that. The blackmails, isn't it?
Allegedly,
allegedly, isn't it?
Obviously, I don't mind him coming in and badding the young G's up. I don't mind that, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind him badding Rashford up and being like, "What have you done, bro?" Do you know what I mean? So.
First. All right, Rhino, what are you saying about it? Where do you stand with the Benzema links? Bear in mind, Jez, I do agree. I don't think Manchester United signed him, but it's like, let me dream. He's one of my favorite strikers. You know what I'm saying? I can dream. You know what I'm saying? MLK Day was just yesterday, man. Let a brother dream. But go on, carry on, Rhino.
You know it is. Obviously, a player like Benzema will always be a good addition to this squad, you know, in terms of just the fact that we don't have a lot of quality in this squad and we can't score goals. But I don't know. I don't see if he came to this club at this present time with how we play and whatever, I think a lot of his goals will come from him making something out of his own and the occasional assist maybe from Bruno and whatever. But my problem is just the system that we have at this club. You know, these last few days I've been proper just thinking about all the things wrong with Man United. And obviously, as fans, it's easy to kind of think about what we need in terms of what we need to add to it. But I don't know. Right now, I've switched my focus, man. I think we just need to fix the inside problems, you know, with a player like Højlund, with players like Garnacho. Yes, they shouldn't be first time every game players, but we've got enough quality in there to play good football and score good goals. Obviously, you know, we've got the likes of still people like Rashford, we've got Bruno and whatever, who we know need to move on at some point for the better of the squad. But I just think we've got too many problems. Like, if Benzema comes in now, I think we'll still be dead. I think we'll still be shit. I'll be honest. Like, how much service are we going to... Yeah, we will. You get me?
Is that not the
shit might smell a bit better this time. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, that's what I'm saying.
A bit less air freshener. You know what I mean? A little less. We save a few bottles of air freshener. You feel me?
Facts. He might take us from a 0 to a 2. You know what? I'm like, all right, cool. Take us from being 0 out of 10 to 2 out of 10. Because one thing about Ben is he's creative, but carry it.
He's cold, man. Just Ben's. I remember when, I think, was it against Liverpool, when they smoked Liverpool? Was it when they smoked Liverpool 4-1 that time? And you know the way he just 5-2, the way he looks, he's got the little the flipping bandage on his arm, and he just looks like a killer. Like, what's man saying? Like, you feel me? Onana would not stand a chance if Benzema's shooting goals at Onana. You feel me? But yeah, like, we just need to fix this system, man. I swear to you, I'm tired, man. We are so bad. Like, that Tottenham game was, for me, because I haven't really spoke about the Tottenham game like that, but for me, it was like...
Don't worry about that. We're going to get to that.
Like, yeah, we'll probably get to that. We'll talk to... Yeah. I don't know if anyone wants to talk about Benzema. Yeah.
By the way,
clearly it's on your mind, so it's cool.
It's been on his mind, bro. He's stressed out.
Jez has killed it in the chat. He's put it's a broke guy with a Rolex at least. That's a sick analogy. That's hard.
Sick analogy.
I was gonna get to this comment. Jez, what's wrong with you, man? Jez, what's wrong with you? Jez, what's wrong with you, man? This guy.
Yo, Jez, we've just started, man. Relax. We just started.
Jez, you need help, man.
Yeah.
You're my bro, yeah?
Jez is on.
You're my bro, Jez, but you need help, man.
Well, Jez supports Chelsea, innit?
No, Jez is Spurs fan.
Oh, Spurs. That's it. Yeah, Spurs. Yeah.
I was talking about.
Yeah, I know it's techie, man, but yeah. But do you know what it is, ManDem? Yeah, man, this club, yeah. Like, obviously, you know what it is? We're emotional, so we know how bad we are, but every new game is a new hope of a new feeling of, okay, let's get 3 points. And that's the problem. I feel like it's so easy to forget how bad we are. You know what I mean?
Where's this hope, right? I don't know.
No. I'm saying that, you know, like, because we're fans and we support the club. When it's a game, like, let's say we're about to kick off tonight, we're still going to look forward to it. Even though we're not happy, it's a game of football to see.
Even though we know what's coming.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And it's not even to say that we know we're going to win or not. It's just that feeling of football being on is always a nice feeling. Like, it's like a motive. Like, yeah, cool, tonight football's on at 8. You know what I mean? You prepare your evening for it. But yeah, man, we've just got too many problems. Like, the way Tottenham outclassed us with people like Skip, like, it's so mad. Like, man,
he was skipping past people.
Skipping Højlund, man.
When I saw their lineup, I had a bit of hope in terms of the whole fact that, cool, we've got the Highline thing as well. And on top of that, the quality of these players. But it just shows how bad we are. And that's what I'm thinking now. Looking at this January window and seeing, oh, we can add this player and this player will do well. We've just got far. It's gonna paper over the cracks. That's all Benzema's gonna do, and I just feel like we need to get to that point where I don't know what Ten Hag is doing. Like Ten Hag needs to fix. We need to get Ten Hag out, but for the meantime, as he's in, somehow, like, how bad can we be, bro, at this club, bro? Like the way we play, do you know what I mean? We are actually, if we're not careful, we're gonna finish like 10th or 12th this season, 100%, you know. And the only way that we're going to get through the season is by others falling, bro. We're not this, and I think we need this because I think too many. I see a lot of people saying Ten Hag, I'm supporting him and rare. I understand that. You feel me? I used to be on that same bandwagon myself, but ManDem, come on, Ten Hag's not fixing nothing, and he looks like he's trying to write off this season. And the way we play, we've got Marcus Rashford, yeah, we've got Bruno Fernandes, we've got Rafael Varane, we've got Casemiro. We've got a £90 million Anthony. We've got Garnacho, Mr. Bicycle Kick. Like, we're balling out. We've got £70 million Hoyland. Like, bruv, this club is a mess, bruv. It's such a mess. Anthony.
You don't forget about the best goalkeeper in the Champions League last season.
The best goalkeeper. He said it. I was the best goalkeeper in the champs. My brother, listen. Oh, no. I don't remember what stream I was watching, and they were saying that he saves like Bellingham celebrates, like he's putting his hand, but like a low version of Bellingham celebration, like, bro, like, I don't know. But anyway, my whole point is just adding Benzema to a squad like this. I don't even care for it no more. I don't want to see no new players. I don't want to see Ten Hag. I'm seeing links to Brobby and that. This guy is he's a fraud, man. I'm so upset because I really felt that, you know, Ten Hag would, you know, at least second season, even if he's having a blip, we'll see a little bit or something, you know what I mean? But just even when you put McTominay on, just little things like that, it just doesn't make sense. And it's funny because I was watching, there's a guy, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but he was on, I think he was on Mo's channel. I can't remember whose channel I was watching. And he was basically talking about how he rates Scott McTominay. And how we don't know what Scott McTominay does for the team and whatever. And I was mind blown. Like and it's funny enough, I don't know Leon. Remember the guy Bath Time that comes on my show? On the Sunday show sometimes, yeah. He's a very good analysis of football. I don't know I think we've seen him in this chat before. Yeah, so Bath Time is on that show as well. What's the guy called Mondo? I can't remember his name, but he's a Dread Man United YouTuber. So he was talking about this McTominay thing. And it's funny because him and Bath Time are they work together on the show, and Bath Time says the same thing. You guys don't know what McTominay does. He's very athletic. He's something about channels. I'm hearing, bro. They're not talking about TV. They're not talking about TV channels. You know, they're talking about channels on the pitch, man. And so I don't know. Does Ten Hag, the way they're so sure of it, Ten Hag must think the same. Because you were going to get rid of McTominay. You were going to get rid of all the Maguires. And I can understand how a player can change form. And for now, it just makes sense. But the club was so bad at football, ManDem. We are very, very bad at football. And I just feel like Benzema should be embarrassed to come on loan. I think he's better off being depressed where he is than coming here. Because he doesn't realize when he comes here, he's going to be like, oh, shit. You feel me? And I don't agree with Ronaldo. I don't agree with what Ronaldo did and how he came across and whatever. Even though people are like, oh, you guys are focusing on one little thing. The majority of the interview was about the Glazers. Okay, that's like when Ten Hag spoke about Sancho. The majority of the interview wasn't about Sancho. Even if you say what, like only like 30-40%, the whole thing wasn't about Sancho. But you say one thing, it's gonna stand out. No one cares about the Glazers, Ronaldo out of the Glazers. Once you start mentioning Ten Hag and you don't respect him, that's gonna be the highlight of the show. So looking at that now, there's one reason why I'm bringing that video up, because I didn't rate Ronaldo for doing that, and when he went to the Portugal team, the coach dropped him as well. So I'm saying, okay, Ten Hag was right. There's obviously levels to this where Ronaldo's not, doing his thing. But when he said the respect thing, I'm now looking at it differently. Why would Ronaldo say, don't respect my man? At first, I thought you know what, it's just because he's not getting played, he's being a bit bitter. But I think there's generally something about Ten Hag where his personality is not made for this kind of team. He doesn't have the characteristics to know how to talk. And remember, guys, I don't know if you guys remember it, I said a lot of people blow what Ten Hag says out of proportion, and the language barrier is a big thing. It's more worse than we think it is. I don't think he means a lot of things that he says, but at this club, you have to mean it. At this club, the way you speak and communicate is important. You feel me? So man can't really use that as an excuse to say, oh, but Ten Hag doesn't. Bro, you need to know what you're doing when you come here. You need to know when you say something, how people are going to perceive it and all of that stuff. So
no, you know what it is, Rhino.
You know what it is, Rhino.
When you obviously eras are going to come to an end, so you don't need to say nothing to anybody.
No, but to add to that, let me just say, guys, when it comes to Germans and Dutch people, when they speak English, they're very blunt about things, you know. They don't hide it. They say what it is, you know, when they speak the English. And you know what? To add to what you say, I've actually clocked that every single manager actually likes Scott McTominay for some reason. Every manager that we've had,
every single
Jose Mourinho for the first, Oli, Ragnick, and of course, there's something about him that we don't see.
You know what it is.
Something.
You know what that is.
Tell me, please. Is it
what that is?
Work hard, try hard.
Bad management. That's why all their managers failed here and they all got sacked. That's why. That tells you all you need to know. If they made better decisions and picked better players, they may still be in the job. We just see Mourinho get sacked by Roma today. And shout out to Traps, because me and him was on here on the Q&A on, I can't remember what day it was, but we was talking on the Q&A in regards to Mourinho, and he was talking about taking him back. I'm like, no. I'm saying he's not of that level. Yeah. And having him at Manchester United.
No, don't get it twisted. He'd get better results than what Ten Hag's doing, but he wouldn't progress as anything. It just wouldn't take us.
Hey, Leon, on a real, I think they put me and you in the dugout, and I think we get better results than Ten Hag.
Yeah,
and none of us have our coaching back. Legit.
Exactly.
I think legit I could, and I am nowhere near a Premier League level manager, and I think I could do a better job.
I think
on my life.
The managers have I large up Manjan Sandu in the chat as well, man.
Big up everyone in the chat. I see you lot.
Trust me. Leon Fernandez, no, you're mocking it. This Fernandez thing needs to stop people. He allows.
Leon's big man thing, you know. I need to see you on the pitch. I need to see you on the pitch so I can really see it.
Ivorian, that's like me calling you Yakubu. It don't work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Man's not going there still. But no. Nah, do you know what it is? I watched that High Red Nut thing with Yakubu the other day. It's a banger still, the way we score goals. Anyway, I think the managers that have come into the club have bottled it. That's what I think. Because at the end of the day, what they've done is they've tried to play, not all of them, but some of them have tried to play some technical style of football, realised that they haven't got the right profiles. Because we've had technical players. Like right now, I'm going to be real with you guys, Lingard would shit all over what Bruno's doing at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's players that are of even a basic technical level and can like play football. Do you know what I'm saying? That would do better than the guys now. And I think these managers have tried to implement that technical style. And then they've gone, who trains hard, who runs hard, who's passionate, who's going to get on with the fans. And that's what pisses me off. Because why are you giving up on your principles? Like Ten Hag, really and truly.
Changes, though.
Yeah.
After they stay here for a while, something changes, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's like
pressure.
It's like that's what when happens. You look at exactly, pressure. And it's like you should like Ten Hag, you came from the Eredivisie, so it was always going to be a step up. Why not leave with your head high and play your football till the end, or parts of your football? Because I don't agree when people misquote the statement when he's like, "Oh, I can't play my football here." I don't expect you to play all of your football because it changes at a club and it changes at a league and it changes with opposition. Like we all know that the Bundesliga, the French league, and the Spanish league is not the same as the Premier League. However, there should be elements of your style that are implemented, and I think at the end of the day.
Can I ask you something, Leon? Yeah, quickly. You know, if
2 seconds.
I'll ask you after. Yeah,
it's only one set.
Yeah.
How can you go from the way you played at Ajax, kind of possession paced, kind of knocking it around in that, to lofting the ball up? I don't get how you can get from that to that. But sorry, Rhino, go.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. Do you think? This question is people are gonna just laugh at this question. But if Ange, I don't even I just know what's coming in. We got Ange. But if Ange came, how do you think his impact will be? Seeing how he's impacted Spurs, knowing the type of level Spurs is as well, they're still not United at the same time anyway. Looking at the likes of people like Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony Martial, Bruno. Like, I don't even think he would come to United, bro. I don't think he'll come to United. I think he sees more in Tottenham. If he looks right now, if we rewind and he had a choice between Tottenham and United, he still wouldn't pick United. I think he knows the players are dead. And that's another thing we do as a fan base. We keep saying the players are dead, they're not good enough. And then we forget that these players are still dead. We forget. You know what I mean? Rashford's been dead.
Yeah,
He's been stinking.
But don't get mistaken, I agree with you in regards to the players' levels. The players are dead. They're not as bad as they're showing. Because we've seen what he did last season.
I think they are. Do you know what it is? No, but that's what I'm saying, Flawless. I've got a new theory now. Because
this gonna be
if we look back to all the years of United failing, there's similar patterns. No matter what managers come in, there's patterns that have stayed the same. The players start off well and they down tools all the time. But maybe also these players are not good enough to be consistent anyway. Maybe they're not good enough to be. Rashford's not good enough to play 3 years in a row good football. Maybe even the whole season good football. Maybe.
Flawless, I got you, right?
Hear that. Yeah, go on,
basically,
Leon. You go.
And I'm not saying this to justify the management stuff. This is just in isolation. This is just in isolation.
The reason why I don't hear it before you go, Leon, is because you spent 400 million. If the team's not still good enough, that's on you.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not talking about the new players. I'm talking about the old players. I'm talking about Rashford and the Brunos.
But then who keeps playing the old players?
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. I'm not using this point to protect the manager or say anything. I'm just saying in general, we forget how bad these players are. So, like you said, they all need to go. The players, they all need to go, bro. You feel me? But anyway, I'm going around in circles. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Andrew will pick United hypothetically? And what do you think he could do with these players that we have?
Cool. Let me. In the words of Flawless, let me do the first part first, then we'll go into that. So we're going to go into relationships now. This is like a gal that you think is good and she can't get rid of her emotional damage. It's just damage.
Been there. For fuck's sake.
The players are damaged. You look at her, you go out maybe, you think she's nice and that. You have a couple, whatever, spend a bit of time with her, and then it comes. She just starts acting. You're like, yo, maybe she's damaged, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And then maybe
there ain't no maybe.
Yeah, she is. And then you realize, and you're like, even though there's a lot of qualities that I feel like she might have, there's too much damage. And this is our players right now. There's too much damage from the past in it, and that's why, in the words of Flawless, or in words of Rhino, they're all dead. In the words of Flawless, they just need. So what do you say? Then none of them are good enough. None of them are good enough. They all need to go. And in the Gyal analogy, the only difference is the Gyal even when we're using United, the Gyal even know that. Like from a looks perspective or personality perspective, she ain't even know. That's how I look at you. That's how I look at like United. Like should the manager? The reason why I'm so critical of the manager is because he should be getting better out of what he has. Everybody has injuries. That's why you spend big money. That's why you. I don't want to hear the injury talk. Every team gets in. It's just stupid talk. Do you know what I mean? Like it's absolutely like. Did Ange moan about Spurs having injuries? No, they played the game.
They had five. They had 5 of their first teamers out, and bopped us off the back.
But that's the thing, though. Even as bad as these players are, even for their own level of quality that they still do have and their pride, they should be able to play against flipping Skip and Højbjerg and that. So someone's saying as bad as United are, Bruno Casemiro are better than Skip and Højbjerg.
But they truly are. They truly are.
I'm starting to question if they really are, bro. I swear down.
Casemiro is
Casemiro, definitely. But Bruno, nah, man. Exactly. Maybe you put Bruno in a good system. Because Leon, remember me? You were speaking about like I don't know if it was me and Leon. I can't remember actually because I might have misquoted there, but. I used to think for a while that it's the system. Bruno's a bad player, but in a better system, we'll definitely see better from him. But I'm starting to doubt it now. Because pride-wise, as a baller for yourself, you should be able to know what you're doing, even if the manager's not doing his thing. I know what I mean, bro.
Yeah, he's the prime example of damage. It's like the Galting, she's been her behavior has been the parents haven't come in and she's been too reckless for too long and she's lost herself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the parents aren't pulled up and saying, yo, you're hanging around by the tables and you're in the club every week, man. You're not gonna find a husband that way, innit? You know what I'm saying? And it's like with Bruno, from the moment he came in, unfortunately he came into a vibes manager. So Ollie was like, save us, bring something new, rare. At the end of that first season, they should have said, okay, cool. For you to have longevity in this club and to play the role that you need to play, you can't just play the game you think you can play all the time. You can't play the free roam. Because guess
Leon,
what?
where's that Bruno? Where do you think that Bruno's gone? The guy that came that season. What do you think happened over time? I know you're getting to that.
I just think in Sporting, and I think in the first season here, and then obviously he's been allowed to carry on doing that. I just think he's had the free roam because at Sporting, they looked at him as the god and he was allowed to do what he wanted, and here he was. But a good manager will pull you up and say, I can give you the freedom, but you've got to know when and when not to have that freedom. Let me give you an example, yeah? You can give a player like Paul Pogba the freedom. Guess why? Because he's going to show you real quality and he's going to take care of the ball. You can't give freedom to a guy all of the time, like 100% of the time, who doesn't look after the ball. And in words of Adam from Canada, I love when he says this, we need more boring ballers that hold on to the ball. Do the stuff just retained. Do you know what I'm saying? So going back to your answering, just to finish up, Carl, I want to hear what Danny's saying as well.
Me too. He's been silent for a good 45 minutes.
I'm letting you man just talk and cook in it.
Danny, you know what it is, yeah? Danny, you know what I always say to people, yeah? It's a safe space, bro, man. Say how you feel, man. Do you know what I'm saying? But
you know what, yeah? Flawless thing, I just realized it doesn't have structure. First, you used to say, let's talk about Benzema, yeah? So I'm waiting my turn to talk about Benzema.
That's my fault. That's my fault.
This 50-minute rant and that. I'm like, bro, I pick up Rhino though, because you know what it is? I used to be you, bro. Nah, I'm numb to a lot of shit. So I just sit back. I'm like, Rhino, man. It's there's different stages of acceptance and this and that, and it's like I think we just accepted this shit now. But obviously, we do it for the content. We're on YouTube.
No, but that's the thing. Do you know what it is, Danny, though? Yeah, I've accepted it. And sometimes the context of what I'm trying to deliver gets misconstrued, innit? My whole point is, it's just damning how bad we are. That's
there's so many caveats to everything. There's so many variables, yeah? And at this point, as a Man United fan, I just don't know. This is the conclusion I've come up with now. I don't know shit. I'm not an expert at anything. I don't know anything. I'm just looking at someone from the outside, yeah? And it don't make sense. Like, nothing makes sense. Everything you guys have been talking about, I'm trying to make sense of every little point, and I can't. I just can't. Like, we don't even know. We're all guessing every time. We've had all these managers that have effed up. Yeah. We've got these players that are still the same, old players. Obviously, Ten Hag's brought these couple guys in and that. So what is the answers? We ain't got the answers, bro.
I think what we're doing
the answer is blow it up and start again. That's the answer.
That's basically
but blow up and start again, but get the right people involved.
Exactly.
That's what we want.
Before you go, Leon, that's implied in blow up and start again. Get rid of everybody and bring in new people. Because one thing we all agree on, you know what I'm saying, us five here, is that this manager, these players, and this whole regime is not good enough. That's one thing we are all in agreement.
Bro, do you think Sir Jim and them man are gonna blow up everything?
No.
I don't think they're gonna do anything. To be honest, I don't think anything changes.
I think they will
all around.
No. I think they'll do little bits because it's all about PR and politics. That's another. We're going off nothing. I think what we're doing, Danny, is I think when we come on these streams, I think me personally, I'm looking for like the whole tenure since probably before Fergie as well. And I'm looking at what Man United haven't done to become consistently good. So we're kind of just picking moments with him. But just to answer Rhino's thing for a wrap up, the Ange thing, would Ange do well at thingy? I think he'd do it. I think he'd do better than Ten Hag. I think he would probably push us towards the top four because what I'm looking for, is when people go, he's only managed in Australia and rare, I just want someone with some balls. Just come in, look at the whole squad, Who's a good player? Who's not? What are the attributes of each player? Who should be on the bench? Who shouldn't be?
Bro, we've had managers that have had balls and it still hasn't worked. So what's
we've had managers, right? He's right.
Mango, Mourinho, all these men are proven guys.
Wrong time, right manager, wrong time, maybe.
So why is it we got players at the wrong time as well? Pogba, Sancho, all these technical ballers and that.
Because we've never created a system for them to survive or anything like that.
That's it. Because we've never had the manager with skill. These managers are not good enough. That's why these managers have done. What managers left us and done anything of note at the top level?
The best manager was Louis van Gaal for me. He did the best imprint, I think, out of all the managers. Yeah, he did. And he wasn't good enough. But he did the best.
No. Leon, the difference is that we wasn't scoring goals. We was playing the system, keeping possession, always dominating the game. The fact that we just couldn't finish our dinner and the fans didn't have the appetite to wait. And on top of that, in terms of signings, he even said it himself, Leon, that he never got his first choice signings. And this is and it's the same story with every manager after the next. Although they get to spend money, it's not their first choice, it's their second or third choice. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that also has an impact on the way they really want to play, man. But that's the pattern as well. And I wanted to add something. What Rhino was saying. I've seen second year syndrome at Manchester United for every manager. They do well in their first year, and then the second year something changes. Yeah, they make a slight change, bring in some more of their own players, and the players that were there before are currently unhappy. They start down tooling. I saw the same thing with Jose Mourinho. I saw the same thing with Oli, and now we're witnessing the Ten Hag era where they are down tooling, and something's just not right. And again, we've been here and we sit here. We've got like 3 or 4 players of Jose Mourinho in our team, 3 or 4 players of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's players in our team, and probably got 1 or 2 players from Louis van Gaal that still starts. So the mentality is not right down there, man. But I think there's an issue there, big issue. And then on top of that, guys, regarding the Ange thing, if Ange came here and everything was blown up and we had a structure, I can believe he can do something. But if he comes in this current regime with these current players, the same answer that you're going to get. It's going to be good for the first couple of weeks, and then we're just going to be crying. Well, I honestly believe so. I don't believe.
Yeah, with Ange, I want to see how he does like for the second season, but so far so good at Spurs because I've watched a lot.
That's what I was going to say as well.
It doesn't matter if they have 5 players missing from their first team, their entire spine pretty much, or it's their full 11. They play the same way. Reason why I don't hear this for excuses for these managers of past because the pressure's different in the second season because the bar be so low when these managers get here. So whether it's Mourinho after Ole, whether it's Van Gaal after Moyes, whether it's Ole after Mourinho, whether it's Ten Hag in after Ole, whatever the case may be, none of these managers are good enough, and the pressure's different here. So yeah, with Ange, I want to see how he does in the second season, but it seems, and he's doing it in the Premier League, they play the same way. Regardless, they went down to 9 men and he didn't change how he wanted to play. Now, whether you think that was the right or wrong thing to do is not the conversation or the question I'm asking, I should say. I'm just talking about a manager sticking to his principles. That's all it is. But I want to see Ange in the second season. So far, so good. But with Ten Hag, he's just not good enough. With these managers, not good enough. Players, not good enough. Have we had
I remember Flawless. Remember Ten Hag came in, he was talking about routines and how the players need to... We're not seeing that, bro. Remember, he said it like, they need to get used to the routine. We do it over and over again, and well, there must not be. There's something's going wrong somewhere. Going wrong somewhere.
They're shit. They pass the ball off the pitch. We've seen it. We've seen it try to attempt the routine.
There's more to it, Danny. Trust me.
They're shit.
Because, like I said, we don't have the answers. We're guessing about so many things and this and that, and it's like we can only go by like what we've seen in the past and that up until now. Yeah. But it really don't make sense, bruv. Like anything. Don't make sense, like I've already said on.
When you say it don't make
because we can't overlook here that the structure is completely fucked, bro, and that's not going to help any manager. So even though we've had shit managers and they've not been shit at times throughout their career, they've not consistently been 100% shit throughout their career. So when they come to Man United, why is it a problem? When certain players come to Man United, why is it a problem? Yeah, this all roads lead back to the structure and other things that we don't see behind the scenes, bro. So it's all well and good to say, and I agree. I'm someone who sits on both sides. I agree that the manager is not doing good enough, but I also agree that the structure around every manager that comes here and every player that comes here and every member of staff that comes here is fucked, So what do you do? I think the only option is like what you said, burn the whole thing down. How realistic is that? Very unrealistic. To be honest, when it's a club like Man United, it's not going to happen, is it? That's why we needed the full takeover from Sheikh,
Agreed.
And that was the only hope because he would have burnt everything down, 100%. But now Jim's here, the English tax and all that, he's going to be like giving people chances and stuff and like, timid with it to an extent, I think. I don't know. We're hearing news, he's going to be ruthless and that. But again, we don't know. All we're doing is guessing. And then when it comes to, we go back to Benzema, you think Benzema's going to leave that lavish life out there to come to this shit, bruv? It's not happening. Don't forget, Ferguson wanted this guy when he was at Lyon. He's declined us about 10 times, bruv, in the past. Why would this guy want to come? He don't rate us, bruv. No player rates us. Sancho cut out. He don't rate us, right? Look at all the guys.
You don't rate the manager. I don't think it's not rating us. I think.
No, but I don't think no player rates the infrastructure at Man United. They don't rate much about it at all, apart from their teammates, bro. Like they've
got nothing to see. They can't see anything at the moment.
Because Leon mentioned it in regards to the money. We still attract big players because of that. Not necessarily saying Benzema. I'm just saying in general. Like we can still.
By the way,
Man United is not attracted to much.
By the way,
Danny,
you know that he could come here and be like, I'm going to put myself in the market for my next club by just playing 6 months, cash up a load of money, and then I'm off.
Yeah, so
what's the story behind that? He actually wants to leave, or what's the?
He's unhappy over there. You know what the crazy part is? Wherever he goes, in particular, if he comes, let's say he does come to Manchester United, which again I don't think happens, people, but let a brother dream. He's in a no-lose situation. If he gets here and he performs badly, guess what? The attackers around him are terrible. The manager's terrible. They were in bad form before him. We don't look at Benzema any different. If he comes here and performs well, that just adds more credit into the bank.
Yeah, but for him on a personal level, he might not want to do that. He's like, look at the shit state of Man United. Yeah, like I saw what happened to my boy Ronaldo.
Maybe he thinks like Casemiro. Maybe he thinks like Casemiro and goes, yeah, I can change it. Maybe he has that mindset.
Yeah, but we're also hearing rumors that Casemiro wants out because he's not feeling the structure.
We see what Casemiro's on at the moment. Ronaldo was here. Varane's here. They're all going to tell him, nah, bruv, don't come.
Let's not do that. Casemiro's unhappy because of the manager, but let's not act like we didn't get beat and the news didn't come out after we got clapped at the start of last season. And they said to Casemiro, he said, "Nah, I'll fix it." You know what I'm saying? These reports came out. All I'm saying is Benzema might have that mindset. He might look like that. Say that again.
That was when he first come, but I'm talking about the situation now where it stands. Why is he going to say to Benzema, "Come through"?
The situation was bad then. What are we talking about? The situation.
No, because now we actually have Varane and Casemiro that has been here for a while, and they can assess everything and be like, nah, Benzema. He'll talk to Ronaldo as well.
Varane could have said that. All right, but on the flip side, Varane could have said that to Casemiro because he had been here 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about mentality. It's about the mentality. It is speculation. It's about the mentality of Benzema. I don't know what his character's like to say whether he would or he wouldn't. I think he's in a no-lose situation coming in.
Exactly.
That's why I think.
But Flawless Amanda, would you advise if you was his advisor? Would you advise him to?
I've said this out of the options, apart from going back to Real Madrid. We are out of the clubs so it's Arsenal is supposedly linked to him. There's Chelsea, there's us. They're the three. So you take Real Madrid out of it. Arsenal, will they put up his wages? Arsenal are a better fit for him, 110%, as are Real Madrid. I think we're third on that list. I think we're a better fit than Chelsea. But you could debate that. But we're third or fourth on the list is the point that I'm making. But again, Real Madrid, there's been no links to. And Arsenal, will they put up his wages? So then we're first or second on the list. Are we a better fit for him than the team in Saudi Arabia? Yes. 100%. Yes,
we want to go down that path again where we're offering the massive wages to players. I think they're trying to move away from that.
Well, before you go, Leon, for a loan deal for 6 months, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, a 3 or 4 year deal, that's a bad idea. 2 years, 3 years, terrible idea.
Oh, we definitely need him, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That experience.
But what I'm saying is, and also people are forgetting he's a quality player. Like someone said in the chat, he would struggle and because we don't create for him. Benzema, I don't know if you've watched him, can create for himself. He's one of the few number 9s who can actually create chances for himself and others. So why would I not want him here for 6 months to try and help? Do I think could he make a massive difference if he's performs to anywhere near to the level he could? Yes. Because bear in mind, people, our attack is shocking. I don't think people realize how bad our attack is. Our attack we've scored less goals than Luton. Like, what are we doing out here? And we're trying to turn down KARIM Benzema. We need to realize where we are at. You know what I'm saying? We are the third joint lowest goal scorers in the Premier League. I'm not turning down KARIM Benzema talking about money. What are we talking about here? Somebody make that make sense. Scored less goals than Luton Town, who are a championship side. They're a championship level side who will probably be relegated. I think we scored 1 or 2 more goals than Sheffield United or Burnley. And people are talking about not bringing in KARIM Benzema. Some United fans don't deserve anything good. Go on.
Yo, this is Dwayne Johnson settings, man. This is rock bottom right now, people. You know what I mean? Yo, I think, first of all, to Ivorian's thing, if you was advising him, it's a 6-month conversation. Flawless hit the nail on the head. It's not a this is your last contract in Rara. This is if you want similar money to what you're being paid now, and you want to raise your profile a bit more, because no matter where Man United are, your profile and your followers and everything's going to go up anyway. Do you know what I'm saying there? And you want to put yourself in the window, go there, turn shit into worse shit. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, into less shit. and then we'll probably take you back to Real Madrid because you can go get your 600 whatever grand a week is on there, or 500 grand a week at United, and then after 6 months we'll renegotiate you a nice deal for 300 grand somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? But for now, don't take a pay cut. They will pretty much pay, or the Saudi club will substitute the rest. The money you're being paid. It's all about money. Do you know what I mean? I know he said he don't want to, but I don't believe any of that. In regards to Danny's point about obviously you don't know what's going on in Rara and we're hypotheticals in Rara. You're right, bro. You're right. But I think what a lot of the conversations I have with Flawless and Rhino and, do you know what I mean, Saeed and different things is it's about your expectation within the structure at the moment. That's a lot of the conversations that we have. So it's like, the structure is bad. Yes, I put that to one side. That's not going to change until somebody comes and buys out the whole club. Full stop. That's why I've left it there. Do you know what I'm saying? So Jim never got me gassed. I don't even believe he's a United fan, so I don't buy into all of that. Yeah. But we spoke a lot, and Flawless, me and you agreed on this on Saeed's stream the other day that I've got my expectation of what I expect within this bad structure right now.
Yeah, that's a key thing, within the structure that's now.
What I expect right now is a manager that I've not heard of and players that I have not heard of, and all of them being hungry to prove themselves within the club. I don't even care if we sign £15 million ballers and a manager like Andrew just come from a random league who's on half the wages, quarter of the wages that Mourinho and Ten Hag are on, but they all just go, F the past. I'm going to prove something here now, even if I don't stay here forever and ever and ever, because that way I want exciting football, the right profile players who may necessarily not world class and rare. Because I hear people say all the time, who are we going to sign in the summer that's going to be world class in the midfield and the wingers? Forget all of that. Get it. We've tried it. Do you know what I mean? Just sign people that are competent and that can play football for 70 to 80, 90 minutes a game, because we don't even have that. How much have you ever? When was the last time we seen a Ten Hag game where we played well for 90 minutes?
Never seen one.
And again, that's where, and back to what we're saying about structure, that's where my issue lies. Just because you have bad structure is no excuse to not play football well for 90 minutes. Now, if you don't win a Premier League title because of the structure, fully hear that. If you're not competitive in the Champions League at the last stages because of the structure, I hear that. If you can't go and get the very best players because of the structure, I hear that. But you telling me we can't play well for 90 minutes? So why can Sean Dyche do it at Everton? I see their style of play. I see exactly what they're doing. As soon as they line up, you know what you're getting with that side. They don't. Sean Dyche is not better than Ten Hag. Their players are not better than ours. Their structure's not better than ours. And we spend way more money than them. So why do they look like a more competent, cohesive unit than us? Let's stop making excuses. Is the structure bad? Yes, 110%. And in regards to, because Dan mentioned it about getting second and third choices, Pep doesn't always get his first choice. We've seen many a time City where they're not in for Cucurella and pulled out. Were they not in for Declan Rice and didn't get him? Was they not in for Fred and not get him? Was they not in for Maguire and didn't get him? There's multiple players they've not gotten. But guess what? You get on with it. Because that's what you do as a manager. Because you're
by the way, as well,
yeah, go on.
I'm going to start laughing because I just thought of an analogy from thinking. What Ten Hag did, was he came into the club, and he got gassed, He never had the Ajax money in that, So this is like your brethren brings you up for five-a-side football, and you're like, yo, I've not played entire Rara. You go Sports Direct, and you buy yourself the top level pred, but you don't buy no shorts.
Don't buy them. Don't wear everything.
Man show up to football and the wife beat her a pair of jeans and the Predators on, bro, you ain't gonna perform in them jeans. You know what I'm saying? This is basically what Ten Hag done. He spaffed the money on Anthony. He spent stupid money on Mason Mount, And going back to that analogy again, going into the trainer store and the guy tells you the deadest Preds for the highest price. That's what we got in this. That's what we've got with Anthony in it. Huh? You know the £20 Preds where you see them and they look like it, and you try them on and they feel like cardboard.
I miss playing ball, man. You get me. I miss playing ball. I really do.
Yeah. I can't remember what the boots were back in the day when it had the F20s, then the F40s, then the F. You know what I'm saying? You buy the F20s, you're like, I got the Preds out. Man, are like, nah, bro, the leather don't feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Big up to Knowledge for the super chat. Much appreciated. My guy says, I hope the next manager don't abandon their style to do the United way, which is a myth, by the way. There was never a United way. It was all Fergie's greatness, and getting Karim would be a dream. Big up. I hope whoever the next manager is, live by your style, die by your style. And the United way is a myth, because what's crazy is a lot of people be talking about Sir Alex and didn't watch his entire reign, he didn't switch it up. We didn't play different formations. We didn't play different ways. We didn't, quote unquote, park the bus. We didn't, quote unquote, play counter-attacking football. That was how we played against Arsenal for years. Was give them the ball, hit them on the break. There's a reason the likes of John O'Shea and Phil Neville played in midfield. They weren't there to play the beautiful football, Pat Ji-sung, etc. So this whole United way is like, no, you adapt. And like Leon said earlier on, it's who you're playing. Different games and, I mean, different styles for different fights. You don't play the same way the entire time. We've even seen Pep adapt the way he's played. Even though his principles are still there, he doesn't play the same way now as when he first joined. Like, because you have to adapt because teams figure you out type of thing. And yeah, Karim Benzema for me would be a dream. And to Angel 1968 who says flawless, do you seriously think Benzema will be motivated at United at 36 years old? He will just be another mercenary in the team. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't because I don't know Benzema. I'm saying he could be. Because you know how I'm looking at it? It's a no-lose situation. If you're Karim Benzema and you come to Manchester United in January and you perform poorly, you're still Karim Benzema. You're still one of the best strikers we've ever seen. You've still got 5 Champions Leagues or however many it is. You still got multiple La Ligas, etc. You're still regarded as one of the world's best. This is just extra. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to look at his 6-month stint if it goes badly. Let's say it goes awful and he's horrendous. It's not going to be a blemish on his record whatsoever. We're not going to look back at his career and go, right, Benzema's not as good. No.
Yeah, his whole career's ruined. He had bad 6 months at United.
Same way we don't.
He's already cemented his legacy time ago.
It's that.
I know, but I know some fans will be on that.
No, because some fans that paid. Same way we don't talk about Messi at PSG. We don't talk about that. Messi was a failure at PSG, but we don't care because he's Lionel Messi, and that book's already been written. That picture's already been painted. It's in the museum. Messi sits with the gods. Nobody talks about Messi at PSG. But if we actually look at it, he failed. But you know what? Because what he did at Barcelona, nobody cares. Same way when he failed back. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, you just triggered something in my head about, people talk about Ten Hag being a fraud in that, yeah? And like you're saying he's not, like we've spoke a lot about he's not adaptable. And you just mentioned a point then about that. You hinted on that, didn't you? Saying he's not like Pep's change his style and
yeah. I was just saying that about more so to the Sir Alex Ferguson point. Because he adapted. It was more so to that, but go on.
Do you think that we've all just been like too gassed with the name Ten Hag? Because I had a chat with Traps, yeah, and Traps was saying to me, yeah, he'd never wanted Ten Hag from the start, yeah, and I said,
he's a nobody, isn't it?
I said, you're chatting shit, bro. You definitely did, bro, yeah. And he goes, no, let me show you the messages before he came. And he goes, and he explained to me that he looked into the manager before I heard the name, and I was like, oh yeah, just at the time, someone new, get Ollie out, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy sounds good. He's won Eredivisie, and yeah, I remember seeing the Champions League and rare, yeah. But I didn't look into him. So do you think that like he's fooled us because in the Eredivisie he can play the same style every week, and because the quality's lower, they can win most of their games and win? And do you think he's just fooled us? Do you think this is what he's always been on? And he's just
Leon, who are you asking? Are you asking Flawless?
All of you, man. Do you think he's just fooled us because he played the same style all the time?
I get to it. No, I don't think he fooled us. I think it's just different being here. And I keep saying this all the time. When people talk about certain managers,
he wasn't adaptable back there? Do you think he just wasn't adaptable every week?
I didn't watch him like that. I didn't.
Do you know what I think, Leon? Yeah.
I do. Go on, Ryan.
Do you know what I think, ManDem? Yeah, I think what it is, it's so hard to like. Okay, you've got people like Traps that do their due diligence, and if they're moved, they're moved. And not to say we don't, but you've got people that would have looked into Ten Hag and not be feeling it. But generally, when you look at Ten Hag's history, you're gonna like it. Because that's like saying Ange. What did Ange do? Realistically, if you want to be that strict, what's Ange won? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like it's very hard to judge managers on what they've done, even though that's what you have to do. Because you've got examples like Ange. Ten Hag's, I don't think he's a bad coach. He just can't coach at United. I think that's what it is. So I think we have to start maybe looking at compatibility as well. Like, do they fit? Even if the team's not the best or the structure's not the best, do they still fit? So maybe Ten Hag just doesn't fit United. That's what it is. And just coming to a team where for some reason it just fits. I think sometimes a good manager can flop still. Doesn't it? Yeah.
100%. You know what I mean? Like some managers are just not good for certain levels. And I think Ten Hag is one of those.
It's too much for him still. Yeah.
I think Ten Hag could leave and be successful again elsewhere. I just don't think he can be the same way we've seen other managers who have been here. Man, mentioned Moyes has had success elsewhere. Moyes went and won a European trophy. Mourinho went and won a European trophy, albeit not the biggest European trophy. And to Angel as well, I just wanted to get to this because you said he'll just be another mercenary in the team. Who are the other mercenaries in the team? Because as far as I know, none of the players are playing for free. As far as I know, so who's the mercenaries? Yeah, everybody's getting paid extremely well, to my knowledge. So
Money.
Bro,
But then again,
I'll be honest with you, everyone here
Actually,
is
let
a
me go-
mercenary. Everyone lives for money at the end of the day, you know.
Money.
You don't just do this for free. You don't do things for free. I wanted to answer your question, Leon.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to say something after that. I want to add on something because I want to ask you guys a new question after everyone's asked that one, because I've got something interesting to say still.
You know,
go on.
You asked the question of whether we've been fraud. Technically, Manchester United hired Eric Ten Hag for what he done at Ajax, which meant playing possession football, attacking football, and the principles and the philosophies that he brings to it. And he said it as well. The club hired me based on my principle and my philosophy, and the fact that they were looking for a disciplinarian as well. So technically, in hindsight, yeah, we have been fooled because we're not getting exactly what we've paid for. You know, we've paid for a manager and brought him over here to play a certain style of football, and he's unable to deliver that. But there's a lot of factors that can go into the reasons why we don't play the way he wants to play. We said it before: personalities, players as well, the setup as well. If you come to a club like Old Trafford and the training ground is not up to the level of someone like Tottenham, the way you want to do things, it's not going to be the same. And it will affect the players. And we've seen a lot of players come here and be a shadow of themselves. And you're wondering what the fuck's going on, bro? Why are you not the player that you was, where you was previously? And when you come here, you're not the same player. You just off the player that you are, man. There's so much factors, but in my belief, I feel like we've been fooled. But we'll see what happens in it. Like, I want to know what happens once we get the structure in. Once we get this Mr. Blanc in, you know, this Paul Mitchell, you know, and all that kind of thing, and maybe start thinking about reinvesting into the training ground, because again, you know, you're only as good as your training ground. You know, if you're out here just kicking the balls in bins and not actual proper goals, then you're not going to be that great. You know, if you don't have the tools to succeed, and I always say this before, you'll never reach the heights. You know, the foundation is very important. You know, we'll be handling a lot of things.
Before you might carry on as well, I know everyone wants to answer that question as well. Hey, you lot, big up to everyone in the chat. I see you lot in the chat, but continue to run up the likes, man. Hit the like button on the video. Don't know how many likes we're on, but I know it's not enough. We're only at 49 likes, people, and there's over 70 people here. So let's get up to 70 likes. Like check 1212. Subscribe to all the ManDem. All the ManDem's channels are in the title as well, so you can click the links. All the ManDem's channels are in the title.
Man. Like check 1212. That was hard.
There is one super chat you missed, you know, and I want the viewers to get what they pay for. They shouldn't be treated like the way Manchester United owners treat us.
I did my bad.
There is one Biggie. I don't want you to feel like that, bro.
Biggie, I apologize, man. If I missed super chats, I apologize. I was probably just going off about something. He says, no to Benzema. This is going down the same road, looking for a quick fix. We were ready to be patient with Ten Hag, but he choked after 2 games, get a number 10. So we're saying, no, this is the reason why we're looking for a quick fix is because we need to be fixed. What is wrong with a quick fix?
Damage or broken.
It's like wrong with it. 6-month loan. Like,
yes, like what's what? Someone tell me the downside to it. So what is the solution? Because I'm hearing, you see, a big up for the super chat, Biggie. But a lot of United fans seem to have problems for every solution. I'm not hearing any solution. I'm just hearing pure problems for every solution. So if we don't go and get Benzema, bear in mind, it's not for 3-4 years. It's for 6 months. What is the worst that can happen? So who do we go and get in January?
That's promoting.
We go and get promoting. We were ready to be too patient with Ten Hag. Patience is earned. And the reason why I was patient with him, because he was doing the business last season. He did well last season, in my opinion. I was happy with the progress. I was happy with how we was playing to an extent. I was happy with the results. I was happy with what I was seeing. So that's why I gave him more time this season before I turned, because I was like, all right, maybe you turn this around. And then it just got to the point where, you're just going to keep doing the same foolishness. So it's time to bounce. I don't think he choked after 2 games. I think he's being smart. Something didn't work. He switched it up. I don't know why we continue to do the same thing and then expect different results. That makes no sense.
My point. Just for a second, that's my point. This, you know, when I was bringing up like the whole like him induction, my main point is his mindset behind adaptability, because that's the biggest problem that I've got with this manager. Like, if all of us can sit on here every week and talk from basic things that we can change. I'll repeat it again. Me and Fuzz always talk about this, not 1-6, a double pivot, and then playing 3 up front, 1 loose guy, 1 loose cannon, and 2 people that are smarter on the ball. That is, for me, it's just so glaringly obvious, That's why I question, was he this way when he was at Ajax, where he was just unadaptable, where he was like, this works, this principle, because you can be forward in leagues like Ajax, Portugal.
Oh yeah, Leon. Even to even answer that as well.
The top teams in them leagues, you're probably going to win anyway or be up there. That's what I'm trying to say.
But Leon, do you know you have to watch? You know, Ajax talks football. Them man there, yeah. Because obviously, so I was watching a United View episode, innit? So before Ten Hag came, they did a show with 3 United View and 3 Ajax talks football. So they did a recent one, I think a couple months ago. Like, bro, what are you man saying? Like, seeing your old manager suffering the Premier League and all of that. They were like, there's certain things that they've seen in Ajax in terms of his stubbornness, not changing lineups and that. But they said one thing about him is he normally works it out. He goes through a shitstorm and then eventually works it out. But they said that what's looking against him, that the problem that he's having at United that he didn't have at Ajax is that there's just certain the way everything, you know, like how he brings in players and all of that, like how we've left it to him and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. There's certain things that are not as perfect as it should be, which will help him as how he coaches. So I think in terms of like talent ID structure and that, it's very important to have that with someone like Ten Hag. That's why it's confusing me why he was on it to do it by himself, spend 400 million, get all these players in, and he's shagging. Like, didn't he realize that he needs help? But I need to watch the video back that they were saying a few things. I remember. The way the club is
it's kind of you not want to turn it down, innit? The Man United job,
just like the people that made that decision to say, you know what, you get full of Tommy. That just tells me that they feel that they're too incompetent to do their job. To say, you know what, you've been doing it for 5, 6, 7 years. We're not good. We're going to give it to you.
It's part of
no way.
This is all about dodging the bullet. Or all costs. This is all about dodging the bullet. So if you are a Merto or an Arnold and you go, I make the decision, I'm closer to the sack line. Let's just put this guy in the way. That's what it's all about at this club. It's all about shielding themselves. They are basically, if the Glazers are a quarterback, they're that first line. You get what I'm trying to say to her. So they're like, oh, this guy's gonna go in. This guy's gonna go in. And like, do you know what I'm saying? To be right at the front of the line. Yeah, we'll be the second line behind. The Glazers are the quarterback. That's the way the club runs. So they're just all trying to protect themselves, isn't it?
So that the way the Glazers have given Ratcliffe all footballing control, so they can just step away and say, you know what, it's not our fault anymore.
And I have my doubts over that, Ivorian. I have my doubts over that.
They don't have any involvement. They want to be as far away as everything. So
we'll see about that. I'm not even too sure. But hey, Biggie the Third, big up for the super chat. Again, if you don't want to make sure I get to your question, then super chat and we'll make sure we get to it as well.
All right, Dan, sorry for to cut you off. No, Dan, what did you want to say? Because I see you shaking your head when what's your thoughts? Like
on, I remember now, man.
We was talking about the
Rhino. He needs to help Dan because he's hit that point like you have. I can just see his body. Remember Rhino?
I'll be having shit in my head, and then someone else will come out and something else, and then I forget.
I'm sorry, Dan. You have to get your buzz in, bro.
I want to interrupt, man. I'm
Dan, we were talking about how they said that they can see similarities with what he's been doing at Ajax at United, but at the same time, there's certain things built around him that are not good enough for him. So that's why he's messing up.
I think it all plays a part in it, because there's a lot of fans who will be like one-sided, like, oh, it's solely on the manager. Like, I agree that he's done many things wrong and he is dead. Yeah, I agree with this, but you also cannot overlook what's around him. Like what you're saying, he had a certain structure at Ajax. He had man like Van der Sar around him, Overmars, whoever else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have not had that. We've not had a flipping sporting director and that, like a certified team on a top level since when? David Gill and that. Like, I don't know. So that is something to be said. Like, we cannot ignore that as well. So my thing is, everything plays a part, man. And what everyone's saying is facts. Like, it's all correct. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like what you said, man. He ain't got that foundation there, Ten Hag. Unfortunately, man wants to come in, thinks he can do a Superman thing, do it on his own. That's the type of mentality Ollie had as well. But unfortunately, if you know who, it's a very hard decision to make. If you was him, are you going to be like, nah, it's Man United job?
Believe in your source,
It's very hard. Some man would deny it, would decline it, because they'd be like, nah, man, I see how it's run. Like Van Gaal come out and was like, don't go to Man United. You know what I'm saying?
It's a commercial club, yeah.
Exactly. And like that's what it is. And then, like I said, I hear all of that in regards to the structure, and we know the structure is awful because even man said they're fixed the terrible talent ID and recruitment policy at United. The solution, we're all fully aware, we all agree with that, but we know that's not happening. So we have to live in reality. Let's live in reality that the structure's not changing. So therefore,
Flawless, one more thing, sorry. One more thing before you move on. Sorry. I haven't spoke for so long that everything's running, but one more thing, Flawless, I want to ask you, yeah? I'm moving mad today. So, Flawless, what I want to ask you. So, remember, I said that it depends on compatibility, and we said, yeah, you know what? So, why do you think so many managers haven't been compatible? That's what I want to ask the ManDem from the last question.
Because I go one further. Because we are looking for the top 1% of the top 1%. Exactly. Even as a manager, even with the perfect structure, I think those managers fail here. Because they're not failing solely because of the structure. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
No,
yes,
because a
playing
lot of these
Scott
guys.
All right, I'll kill this. They're playing Scott McTominay.
No, we don't know that.
All right, no. I can say that because playing Scott McTominay is nothing to do with structure.
Yeah, anyone can say anything, but we don't know that. Like,
no, but we do know. But all right, so let's.
Because when man has a proven track record at other clubs and that, how can you say straight away, "Oh, it's not gonna work"? If
because the decisions he's making are nothing to do with structure. That's why he's playing Scott McTominay. He made Bruno Fernandes.
Those decisions.
That's not structure. Yes, so that's the point that I'm making. That's a recipe for disaster. If you play Scott McTominay and Bruno,
you're saying like previous managers, that Van Gaal, whoever, Mourinho,
right, we'll get to the previous manager.
Okay, so what have they good structure, like a perfect structure, they will still flop.
Okay, so what have they done since they left then?
Well, Jose's won something.
Okay, what did he win?
Oh, dude,
Conference League.
Okay, then, and what is Manchester United's aim? What do we spend money to go and win?
Champions League and Premier League.
Okay, then. So let's call a spade a spade. So what have they done at the top level? Any manager that's left here? What top club have they managed since they've left here?
No, Moyes didn't manage anyone special.
Exactly.
That's true. But
Ollie's still unemployed.
No, that's the point that I'm making. So back to the original point I'm making is we are looking for the top 1% of the top 1% of managers.
It's not going to be that easy, basically.
Even with the perfect structure, it's still going to be tough to do. We've watched Pep fail in certain seasons. We watched Pep fail at Bayern Munich overall in this stint there. We've watched him have terrible. We've watched him struggle at times over here when they had that awful season when Klopp, who's a very good manager, I think we all in agreement that Klopp's a world-class manager. And at one point, Liverpool had a fantastic structure in terms of signing players, and they fell short. He's definitely underachieved there. And that's with a great setup and a great manager with world-class players. So that's what I'm talking about, is the reason why I don't hear the structure excuses. Do the best at what you are trying to do, the best with what you have. If your platform is not the best the best to succeed, cool, I hear that. And I understand why you're underperforming.
So Flawless, why don't these managers do that? They're not that dumb. What do you think it is? Okay, for example, why are 3 managers playing McTominay? Has his dad got a mash? Has his dad got a burner to the head and saying, bro, you man play my son, bro? I don't get it, fam.
It's Fergie getting involved and saying, play my nephew.
Play my nephew.
I get it. Hey, Rhino, no, Rhino, I get it. You know what it is? Their managers are just not very good for where we're trying to go. That's what it is. Man are talking about, Spurs and Roma are not big, like, let's call a spade a spade. Spurs and Roma in size are nowhere near the level of Manchester United Football Club. Stop it.
But Flawless, you don't take it into account the past at all, then? Like, at all?
What past?
In terms of managers' careers and stuff like that. Mourinho, for example.
He's
worked with certified ballers and done
I call it.
Everyone's seeing something in McTominay. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what.
A lot of managers can get things wrong, and that's why all their managers failed here, because they was doing things like that, like playing Scott McTominay. That's why their managers failed here. Mourinho failed here. That's why he's been a failure at the top level for a decade now, and people just don't want to admit it. Mourinho's done out here. Van Gaal's done anything since. Mourinho went West Ham. What are we talking about here, man? Like, Scott McTominay's that's nothing to do with the structure. You don't have to play him. If you choose to play him, that's on you.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not.
What does he have that people play him?
Dad's got a burner, bro, to the back.
You know what it is?
Ransom.
He'll follow instruction. That's what it is.
Is that it? Is that what we're doing? Follow instructions and work hard and try.
There's something.
You know what? Let me add to this point. Let me add to what Flawless is saying. Yeah, my theory behind Mourinho, behind Ollie, was just not of that. It was Ollie's dream job, and he was never qualified to do it. To take him out of it. Yeah, Moyes. He's not a manager of that level, but the problem is the timing that he came in. When you come in off the back of Fergie, I mean, who's going to top that? That's the thing is,
he was handed the job by Fergie.
Yeah,
so
the
he wasn't
pressure was
even
mad.
picked.
So United
Didn't
fans would have never had after Fergie left and won the Prem and all that sort of thing and turned around and gone, right, we've realised Moyes isn't of that level. Let's just go for top 4 this season. It's just the expectation was never going to go like that. It was always going to be like, keep it here, keep it here, keep it here. And we were never going to look at all of the mess that Fergie had kind of stitched up and plastered up around him. So we had to learn from that. With Mourinho, Van Gaal, I believe, didn't get enough time, but at the same time, he didn't do what the fans wanted to. He didn't get that final. I believe with another season, I would have loved to see another season with Van Gaal to see whether he would have implemented into the attacking third of the pitch and still acted on that possession. Who knows? He might have been too old and too far gone. It might have been too level. With Mourinho, I understand what you're saying, Danny, about his past achievements, but he came
I
in.
agree. I agree with what you lot are saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like, does anything in the past consider get taken into consideration? I guess not.
Of course it does.
His time has come and gone, isn't it?
That's why when I look at it, I'm looking at the whole tenure. And that's why when me and Flawless having chats and saying we want a young, hungry manager and players that we don't know, I've looked at the whole tenure. No more superstars, no more this, no more stupid wages. Bring in, and me and Neji spoke about this, having a profile sheet and you just buy for the profile sheet. So what do you want to play? Here's your profile sheet. I don't give a shit what you've done before in other leagues and this and that and what you're supposed to be for country. He matches the profile? Yeah, get him. He's 10 million? Okay, cool. He's 10 million. Do you know what I mean? With Mourinho, he just came in and he just, in my opinion, he just made poor decisions because his ego took over himself. Like when you could see him breaking down about respect and stuff like that. His biggest mistake for me, and people don't like when I say this, you built the team around the wrong people. If you'd have built the team around Pogba, you would have had to stay in football. If you'd have put the right 2 against Pogba, we only seen it for a season. Do you know what I mean? If you'd have kept certain players there, not alienated others, and stopped with your ego and stuff like that, if you'd have bought a player to be a better understudy for Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
Leon, don't let Chaps say you say that, fam. Chaps gets triggered.
If you hadn't started the Martial downfall, people forget the Martial downfall. Why did you take the shirt off him? Why did you just rinse the shirt off him after he was playing well?
Yeah, that was sad.
You know what I'm saying? It's sad. You know what I'm saying? There's so many decisions that Mourinho made that didn't thingy. So a new manager has to come in and he almost has to kind of stand in the corner of the training ground and stop looking from his ego and looking for what he thinks and what he knows in the past and just look for what it actually is and what you want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like actually look at it and be like, he is not good technically. Like at the moment, we're struggling. Why? Because the manager's alienated all of the technical players. He's not playing them in the right positions, and he's not playing them.
With that, I was thinking about this the other day.
So we don't play technical football.
I was thinking about this the other day. It is true. Like I think again, I'm looking at a standpoint on I'm looking at both sides type thing. I get that certain man like Sancho that are technically sick and that, but at the same time, I'm like. I also believe that some of these men just don't have the mentality as well. Of course. Because I think when it comes to any sport, not just football, you need mentality and a certain level of skill. But some man on this side of the fence was like, oh, it's completely technical, so he deserves to be, you know what I'm saying? But nah, if you don't have the other shit as well, you don't, bruv. Like, you need both. So you can't have one without the other. And that's the problem with our team. We got too many players who are either technical or just hard yards, Scott McTominay. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. And that's what I was thinking about the other day. Like, I was like, because even when the thing you just mentioned about Martial, when he got the shirt taken from him, that is, I would be pissed if I was him as well.
And you just rip his confidence.
Exactly. I'll be pissed. But you know what? Someone with a sick mentality would be like, bun that. I'm going to just do
it. At the same time, Danny, no, Danny, you bang on. But at the same time, me and Flawless talk about this. I try not to talk. People go to me like, if you hear... Double A.
There's no stopping someone with a certified mentality, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If you hear,
even if you take their shirt off of them, even if you banish them, whatever, you will come back harder and be like, "Bun everyone, I'm the guy."
Yeah, but I think one of the things we've got to take into consideration is not everything is what it seems. It's not just what the media put out. I'm not saying you believe that. I'm just saying a lot of the United fans I see are just like what the media puts out, what the manager says, and that's it. There's so many other sides to these things. Like when you hear, like, if I speak to Double A and Double A's on there now, and he's talking about Sancho, he'll be like, "Yeah, good riddance, rare." But I'm like, bro. I haven't heard Sancho's side, bro. I don't speak to Martial.
Yeah, but we have a Sancho side. But at the same time, we have seen certain examples in the past with him.
But you know what? It's not the big enough picture. I'm sorry,
it questions his mentality. And that's
sorry, bro. It's not the big enough picture for me. You can't turn around to me and say Martial's got a bad attitude. And bro, I don't know how he's been treated behind closed doors. If you've forever, been better than people, and if you've been forever better than people and never given the opportunity, if Rashford's able to play 100 games more than you and he gets his arse sucked, and then you're not allowed to, and you play 5 games and you walk around because you don't smile.
Yeah, drop the balls on that, bro. Rewind that, man.
Because
caution, bro.
But if you, my point is, like, if you don't get the same treatment, I'm not going to start turning around to you and saying like, oh, you've got to be like this, like, because you don't smile, Martial, you're not running. Like Rio Ferdinand said it himself, and bare other people have said it. But, oh yeah, Martial don't track back and don't work hard. Maybe there's something called smart pressing, not just pressing for the sake of pressing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many elements to what people think they know in rare, but I know for a fact, managers have neglected amazing players and players that could develop into something at this club. Do you know what I mean? I wanted Memphis to stay. I want all the ballers to stay, bro. Like, I wanted them to be developed.
I think some of these players don't help themselves, though. Like, what I'm saying is, when certain situations happen, then they just put their head down and then be like, oh, I'm a victim. No, it's me against the world mentality. It's like, nah, bro.
But
like, I think a lot of these players these days are prima donnas at the same time. I do. I genuinely see this. Like, I see little examples, and it gives me an overview. I'm like, I hear where these people coming from. Like, I hear exactly where you're coming from, and I agree. But as well as that, I agree with both things. Like, some of these players, look at the wages they're on, bruv. They ain't done nothing in the game, bro.
Yeah, but
what have they done, bro?
It's not a case by case basis. Let me get to the super chat. Knowledge, I did see it. So knowledge, I'm gonna go back to that conversation as well. My biggest gripe with big up for the super chat again. Knowledge. My biggest gripe with Ten Hag is that as a coach, don't play your style. How can you differentiate the good from the bad players? You now use bad players because they score by a detriment to the team. Exactly. And again, this ties back to what I'm saying. Let me just clarify this again. Manchester United's structure is awful. We do not give managers nor players the best possible platform to succeed. Let me repeat that again. We do not give managers or players the best possible platform to succeed. However, that is not an excuse for you not to do the basics as a manager or a player. As we've seen, our team is awful, in particular our midfield. You know who's been one of our best players this season? Kobbie Mainoo. So how come I don't hear the excuse for Kobbie Mainoo? Or he's playing next to McTominay and he's playing next to Bruno. How come he still performs to a certain level? You know why? Because he's of a certain quality and he's just been doing the basics out there. Showing for the ball, closing down. And don't get mistaken, he has skill. Like the technical attributes there, the physical attributes are there, the mental attributes are there. But he's applying himself. Same way with Johnny Evans, for example. People always want to criticize Johnny. He's been consistent.
He's been good.
How come not? How come we're not here when he's played next to Maguire, when he's played next to Lindelof, when he's played next to Shaw?
6.5, 7 every game.
Every game. You know why? Because he does. So that's the point I'm making. Are Johnny Evans or Mainoo, have they either of them been given the best possible platform to succeed this season? No. But they've both played to a certain level.
Back to your point about profiles.
All I'm asking for is the manager. And when we play players, forget talent. Do the bare minimum. Do the basics. Like, for instance, if you're a central midfielder, show for the ball. Just basics. Close
That's
down.
what I don't get, Leo. I'm flawless, bro. I used to want to cat for the ball when I used to play ball. I just don't get it. It's mad.
Don't hide. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, when I played ball, my team know, hey, if I'm being pressed, don't pass me the ball. You know what I'm saying? You better kick that shit long. But I'm not a Premier League footballer. So here we are. I'm not press resistant. So if there's someone's close, don't pass me the ball. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? A questionable first touch, flawless? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I'm just not press resistant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not press resistant.
He doesn't do the hard turns.
You know what it is, Leon? It's just I just don't like being under pressure for no reason.
Yeah,
like,
no, I hear that. For no reason as well. No reason.
Yeah, don't pass me the ball and there's a guy on me. I want to be.
You sound like Scott McTominay, bro.
Hey, Scott McTominay wishes he has my technical ability. You know what I'm saying?
Don't pass to me.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, don't do that. But then again, I don't play Premier League football for Manchester United Football Club. I'm not a professional footballer. I pay to play. There's a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? And just to this as well, just wanted to get to a couple things. To Jabu, who says, a quick fix makes you at it. You see the patterns. We hire as a motherfucker. We should just stick to the long run, but with a better younger than Hoyland as a 9. Let me just kill this dead for everybody. This long-term shit in football is a myth. It don't exist. Manchester City are an anomaly. If you look at the most successful teams in the past 10 years, the past 15 years, 20 years, if you're slightly older, your lifetime, or however old you are, your lifetime, look at the most successful teams in England. Take Manchester City out of it because they're an exception to the rule. And look at teams in Europe and other teams in the country who have been successful. Show me their long-term vision. Real Madrid have been one of the most successful teams in the past 15, 20 years. What long-term plan have they had? What's their long-term plan? What are we talking about here? Or did they just have quality? Did they just have talent? Did they just have skill? Obviously, the right mentality adds into that. Also, having smart people upstairs add into that. Same way with Chelsea. Chelsea have had some awful seasons, but there's a reason they've been the most successful team in the country, I think, in the past 20 years. This long-term shit is a myth. Sir Alex Ferguson was an exception to the rule. Arsene Wenger was an exception to the rule. Pep Guardiola is also an exception to the rule. But when you look at the most successful teams, so whether that
to be the exception again, man.
Yeah, they want us to be. Well, I don't want to be the exception. How about we just play by the game?
Yo, Flawless. This is such a good point because it's like Manchester United fans change your expectations. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
there's not going to be another Fergie, guys. Like it's just football has
this
changed.
is once in a generation.
Please just understand because everybody's just like, yeah, I want to go from this to this. I want to do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that anymore. This is why now when me and you chat, Flawless, we're on about stages in what we talk about. It's just that a manager that will come in and get us maybe in the top 6 consistently, then maybe getting top 4. Because this season, top 4 is wide open. So that top 6 manager would have got top 4 energy with consistency. And then we push on and up from there, innit? But then at the same time, we're watching exciting football, a manager that can come out with a bit of charisma, who's got, do you know what I'm saying? Who's just got actual backbone. And then I can actually enjoy it week to week. My expectation, guys, is not to go dominate titles. That's not what it's going to be right now. We've got to take that first step first. And
like I said, show me the long-term vision at Chelsea, who have been the most successful team in the country in the past 20 years. Show me the long-term vision at Real Madrid. What was their long-term plan? Before they won the 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years, that wasn't a build-up. No, they had quality players and got a quality manager during that period of time. And then Zidane left. That's what happened. And then they didn't win the Champions League again until I think Zidane came back. And then he left. And then they went and got Ancelotti. And they also signed quality players. But they've got things wrong in the past. This is why they went 12. People talk about their heritage in the Champions League. They went 12 years without the Champions League. Yeah. You know why? Because you get things wrong.
Yeah.
People talk about Real Madrid this, Real Madrid that, and Real Madrid are the elite of the elite in Europe. But there's a reason they went over a decade without the Champions League. Because football goes in cycles and you are going to get things wrong in terms of players, in terms of managers, etc. But the reason why I'm saying short-term fix, because we're not set up to win long-term. How about we win now? Why can't we win now? Why can't it be both?
Yeah, I think we're seeing as well, bruv. Like even when you mentioned Real Madrid and certain teams, like you said, I feel like it definitely is a myth nowadays, man. Like this thing, like because it's like, why is it when it comes to Man United, we have to give man bare time? Like every other serious club just does what they need to do. If it means sacking the manager and getting the person they want and need, they'll do that. So now when it comes to Man United, it's a different story. But I think that's because of the hope as fans and that over time, all this like it's theatre of dreams, bruv. You know what I'm saying? That's why everyone's thinking it's a dream all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Delusion. That's what it is. The fear of delusion right now. Do you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying.
So, I'm seeing people make hella excuses and stuff like that. Hey, big up to my guy Eddie in the chat. Big up to. I just call you Tayo. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to butcher your first name, my guy.
Damilade.
Is that how you say it? I just didn't want to butcher it. Damilade. There we go. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you for that was a super sticker. That was your first one. So appreciate it. And also the second super chat where you said we don't do the basics at the club. And that's all I'm asking for. This is why I'm not hearing no nonsense about structure. Because having a play style is nothing to do with structure. Because you can go to a team in League One. And I guarantee you go to a team in League One and they will have a structure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went a couple months back to under 21s game. Fleetwood Town under 21s versus Burnley under 21s. And I could see the style of both sides instantly. So what we talking? So if under 21s can do it, why can the senior team not do it? And we spend much more money than them. This is why I'm not hearing any nonsense in regards to the structure. Yes, the structure is awful. Forget about long-term people. Get that out of your head. We are not set up to win long-term. We do not have the people in place to do that. Now, could Jim Ratcliffe come in and change that? Yes. Do I personally think he will? No. I don't think anything's going to change. So how about we just win long? How about we just do the Chelsea thing and just win short-term?
Yeah,
Chelsea
exactly.
did it.
And here's the thing, Flawless.
You have to be forced to do that now, isn't it?
If
you got no choice.
if somebody offers you a trade and they go, a manager that's going to be like not charismatic and the players are going to be unmotivated, but will win a league every, like, I don't know, every 2-3 years, but it's going to be a drag to the title, yeah? Or where it's like, yo, you'll finish in the top 4, but you'll play exciting football, you'll be entertained week to week. Bro, I'm taking the entertaining stuff, bro. Like, I want to enjoy football. Like, I told ManDem on the ManDem what's it called? On ManDem Talk, yeah? I'm shameless right now. I don't even watch full games anymore. If I'm in the gym and the game's starting and I'm like 20 minutes in my session, bro, I just take my time, bro, because I know what's going to happen. And I check the group chat and you man are saying the same thing, like it's the same old shit. And I'm like, damn right, bro. I was in the gym. Yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? So I think
man.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Danny? Like, I know you go in it. I just literally don't rush, bro. I'm just there like maybe I'll do 20-minute cardio at the end and not watch this first half.
But Demalade, big up for the super sticker and big up for the super chat as well. And to CB, again, you missing my whole point. That is defo structural. You just mentioned McTominay with numerous managers. Why the club persistent? This is the whole point I'm making. McTominay being at the club is the system. Mm-hmm. The fact that he still plays week in, week out is the manager. The manager does not have to play Scott McTominay. This is the same manager who got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo. This is the same manager that stripped Harry Maguire of the captaincy and stopped playing him. This is the same manager that's got rid of Jadon Sancho. So the manager has the power to get rid of whoever. That's the point I'm making. McTominay being at the club I don't blame Ten Hag for that. Where I blame him is playing him week in, week out. Because you don't have to. That's nothing to do with structure. Because the structure doesn't pick the formation. The structure
is so mad, yeah. I remember when McTominay used to have to. Sorry, Dan. I remember just quickly. I remember when McTominay used to had to come on because we had nobody else. Remember them times before Casemiro and them, man. When we Fred or McTominay had to, bro. But Danny, sorry, go on. What was you saying?
No. It just proves that he ain't got a backbone in it, like because
I think he does though. He does though, because of the Ronaldo thing and what Flawless has said.
Well, for Flawless said, you don't have to play McTominay, but he still decides to do it. So you are clearly.
That's why I don't. And that's why I don't hear the structure thing with certain things. You don't like. We'll use Ange for example. Eric Dyer's now gone Bayern Munich. He didn't play.
And the structure thing has nothing to do with the man management as well. Like how he moves.
The whole him calling out Sancho is not a structure thing. That's between those two. Whether I'm not going to get into who was right and who was wrong. My point is him making that statement is nothing to do with structure. The whole issues between those two. Him turning around and saying, I'm going to play Rashford regardless. I'm not going to drop him. No matter how bad he plays. It's nothing to do with structure. That's a choice.
Right, man.
Dinner, the first dinner of 2024 from Rhino.
I got one. Him saying that we played well every week is his choice.
Yes.
The fact that he even says that, the audacity to even say that, bruv, you're a waste, man. Get out of here, man.
It sounds a lot, man.
I'm not saying you can't keep sacking managers. Name a team outside of Manchester City that stuck with the same manager and been successful at the top level. We sacked managers.
Like you said, in these times, you have to do that now.
The crazy part is, before Sir Alex Ferguson, we sacked managers.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Why I said the theatre of dreams, because people are still living off the Ferguson hype. Like they're still, the mentality is still there. Like, oh, we gave Ferguson so much time, so now we have to keep doing that. Like, but times have changed, bro.
But it's not only times have changed, and it was 86 before any of us was born. Probably watching this, there's probably a couple. You know what Sir Alex Ferguson also had when he came to Manchester United? Credit in the bank, people. He had he still holds the. Nobody outside of Rangers and Celtic have won the Scottish League since he did it with Aberdeen. For those that don't know, yes, that record still stands to this day, which is like 85, 84. Also on top of that, he also won a European Cup with Aberdeen.
Yeah.
And he wasn't playing no terrible. Man beat Real Madrid in the final. I have to believe so. And played other top teams. So guess what Fergie had that gave him so much time? Credit in the bank. Because he had been successful. He won a European trophy with Aberdeen. He also won the Scottish League with Aberdeen. And if he didn't win that FA Cup final, he probably would have got sacked. Like, come on, man. What we talking about? Yeah, Fergie's like, yo, exactly, Spoobs. Fergie didn't start off well. Like, Fergie didn't do so much better. He'd done more than Ten Hag at that point. And he was a generational manager. Like,
By the way, ManDem, I just got a message about why McTominay is being played every week and that, yeah, and it's because of vibes, man. Scott McTominay. That's why people. That's why people. I'm telling you, this is why, because when you bring the vibes like that, yeah, you deserve to play all season. Do you know what I'm saying? And he knows what it's like to be a Man United player. He knows what the passion and desire that the top Reds want.
Yeah, no, Flawless, you're spot on, man. You're spot on, bro. Like this yeah. We need to build something. We need a manager that's going to work within this structure, and it's just hard. And what you said to me, that's why I like having conversations with the ManDem and having these shows, because obviously you get different perspectives, and sometimes you just get to look at things in a different way. Yeah. And one thing that I didn't really think about is like the fact that we're looking for managers. It doesn't mean the right manager's going to come along. It might take a couple more, you know what I mean? That part of it is not guaranteed. You know, whether we sack Ten Hag, it might be the next manager after Ten Hag. It might be, you know what I mean? It might take to the Glazers go couple. I don't know. But one thing I just know is that there's something, we just haven't, nothing's clicked for this club yet, man. All these years, every manager, the same old thing. You know, why do these managers keep coming and playing McTominay? What happens to them? Why don't they bench him? What are they worried about? Maybe when we get a manager that comes in and benches Scott McTominay first game, then maybe we've got hope. I don't know.
We've seen that before, and he'd be brought back into the first team. We need to see a man just sell him straight away.
He benched him last season. That's the thing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
How many starts did he have last season? It was Casemiro.
Well, he did start before Casemiro got here, and Casemiro still had to wait. A little bit
because he did have that good run of form. But the point that I'm making is you can bench him. Just because there's no clause in the contract saying you have to play him. You can bench him.
Bruv, Ten Hag was doing a few things that I liked last season, bruv. Even when it comes to like his man management, certain things in game and that, and substitution and that, like, I was rating it. Like Saeed says, and that, like, man's just gone against his whole principles and that. So that's what I don't understand. So you're guy, you don't deserve to be here any longer, innit? We gave you time. We gave you like enough time, in my opinion, bro. Like if you done if you stuck to what you're doing last season and added on to that, then we're cool. We're not talking about
we were top in terms of players scoring from the bench. We were top last season.
I
don't know if we're still top by the end, but I know for a while we were the leading team to score from subs. I don't know where all that went. The team just fried. The club fried him. It fried him, man. Yeah,
and that's the thing is, that's why when people say structure this, structure that, I was happy with last season.
With the same structure, the said structure.
Last season with the same exact structure that was so bad. Helped us win a Carabao Cup. Like you mentioned, the most goals off the bench in regards to subs. Second best home record. Reached both finals. What are we talking about?
Got a nice little war chest as well, like, and he just
spent 400 M's. A man are talking about, the squad's not good enough. All right, so where's this money spent?
And that's the thing as well, yeah. Why did you, knowing how tough the club was? So you come in, you see players from all different managers. So straight away, Ten Hag, you've been very vocal on. You need your
the negatives outweigh the positives, man.
Yeah, you need your certain players in your certain system. That's the one thing that we've heard loads from you, that you need these certain players to play this certain way and to play this way you want to play, and you can't play ball until you got these players and the. So when you come in and you look at your whole squad on the pitch, training ground, statistics, documents, whatever, yeah, and then you go and spaff the 400 million on like 4 or 5 players that you know you still can't play. Like, it's like, bro, maybe instead of going to get a De Jong or Anthony, you go, find me the right, I'll just get the same profile, but I don't know, 70, 80% of that until I can go get the other guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe I'll spend 30 mil. And that's why I've got no excuses, because with that 400 mil, yeah, like Flores always says, Bearman could have left, you know. Imagine you do that 400 mil and then you get a sell for Rashford and you've spent 500 mil. Rashford's not here or Bruno's not here, but he's always going to make him captain, innit? And then you've got, what can you do with 500 mil? You can buy like 10 players, you know. Buy like 10, 12 players with that. Do you know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to do that. He bought Malacia and I thought, brilliant. The price you paid for him, he's not saying he's a world beater, but that's good. Do you know what I mean? Good business. And then he just started going mad, bro. I'm telling you, bro, he went Sports Direct. His mum gave him £200 for the first time. He just spent it all on £180 on boots, bro. He's moving crazy.
Man just went shopping box sweets. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Man, not best.
You get that man, and it's like dunks come out and the 190 and the man's got 2 balls. And you're like, bro, I don't even know if you're going to be able to. You know what I'm saying? It's a food and then you bust and then you're done, bro. You have to wear the dunks in the house, bro. Like you can't go nowhere, innit? So mad guy, man.
Like people gonna continue to back this. Like, how much more do you need to see? Like in regards to it, how much more do we need to see? The way we got bounced out of the Champions League.
Flawless. Do you agree with that comment? I'm gonna quote it. It says the disrespect towards McT is crazy.
Oh, he's trolling.
Bagsman.
I think they're trolling. I think they're trolling.
Shout out Jabado. You know what I'm saying?
What is famous? Haggis.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. I respect it, man. You lot keeping the sarcasm, keeping the sarcasm in the name Sarcasm City. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? The Star Lord, good to see you in the chat. But yeah, if you're saying this, you will accept this. But then again, you're a Bruno stan, so here we are in it. Like I don't know, like what more you might need to see before you go. Yeah, this manager's not it. Like in regards to there was always going to be a shit period. No, if he reverted back to if he would have stuck with what he did last season, I don't think we had this bad of a period. No. I don't think we're this bad. Few defeats, yeah.
His own grave, man. He's done, man.
Yeah, exactly. It is. You know what I'm saying? Like he really did, and people, like I said, look at us. I'm saying I don't know where we're at now because obviously we scored the 2 goals against Spurs, and we'll get everyone's thoughts on the Spurs game in a second. But third joint lowest goal scorers. This is a sackable offense in itself.
24 goals, crazy.
24 goals in what? 23 matches?
21 games, 9 losses.
Yeah, 21. So we've lost 9 matches in 21 games.
It's out of order.
And we scored 21. We scored 24 goals in 21 matches.
Disgraceful.
McTominay's got a quarter of our goals.
All right, but hey, manager's blameless. Give him time. All right. Yeah, sure. Anyways, before we continue, run up the likes, people. Run up the likes. Get your final few questions in. Hit that like button. Like check 1212. Still over 80 of you lot locked in. Make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem's channels. Ivorian's channel, Dan's channel, Leon's channel, Rhino's channel. Links are all in the title, people. So you click the links and it opens up new tabs. Hit the subscribe button as well on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel. Road to 10K here. But Leon will go to you, obviously. Manchester United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Thoughts on the game? I don't know if you watched it live or highlights, but yeah, thoughts on the game.
Watched the second half. Same old, innit? But let me just touch on something because I know there's a few statistas out there, yeah, who love their statistics and all them things, yeah. Go and have a look at how many chances that we've created to make them 24 goals. That's a stat that you want to be bringing up. That's a stat you want to forget all the other stats because I've seen stats. Now, Ryan, I ain't going to mention no names, but someone put in a group chat a stat about if Ten Hag won the last game, then he would have had a similar record to Klopp and Pep and Ryan. Yeah, just dash that one in the bin, yeah? Man's not interested in that right now. Yeah, you know who you are. I'm going to ring you in a minute. That stat there, yeah? How many? I want to know. Can anyone find it while I'm talking and breaking down the Tottenham game? How many chances we have created to make them 24 goals? I bet it's alarming the percentage.
What you mean against the game against Tottenham?
Like how many we created in this season to get them 24 goals? Like because our conversion is pants. Tottenham game, yeah, I think it's just expected, isn't it? Like,
did you see the disinterest already that Leon's showing people? This is how much you don't want to talk about this, but you lot still want to back this.
Yeah, trust me.
I think this guy's energy just dropped, but go on, carry on.
Yeah, the Tottenham game is like when I look at a team sheet, I know how we're going to play, and I kind of know the result we're going to get. As soon as I've seen Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund, and Rashford, another game, I feel kind of sorry for Højlund because Rashford, I don't even need to go in on him or anything like that, bro. We've seen enough. We know what should be happening right now. But the way you're persisting with him and the way he's not even bothered for you is what it is now, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, like him, he had like a one-on-one. He had a chance where he could have put it into was it Garnacho on the far side? And that, yeah, I'm not even disappointed because I know he's not going to do it. You know what I mean? He's not. Like, look at the Wigan game. He was trying to look in. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think right now, if I was playing with Rashford, yeah, I'd be so demotivated because I wouldn't even know when I'm going to get the ball. And when he does cross it, he absolutely smashes it like he's shooting anyway. So, but in regards to the game, Tottenham were the better side. They actually deserved to win that game. They did more, and I think big up Højlund for taking his chance. Even though it wasn't created. Big up him for slapping it in and that, yeah. But there's not really a Mino was good in that, but there's not. I know people are raving about the wing backs. I just think they just played the game they should have played. Yeah, it's just a bit of a plain Jane game, isn't it? But it's the same. I think a point doesn't really do anything for us. We've seen seasons where we get points instead of losses. It doesn't really do anything for us, guys, does it? And I think that I don't know. Like we've got a tougher run coming up than the Tottenham game. Believe me, guys. That was a team that gave us space, and that's what we want to play well because that's the only time that we play well with space. When you've got what we got coming up, Villa, West Ham, yeah, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Looking good, man.
Yeah, for me personally, yeah.
Techie, man, Leon, man. Techie,
It's
man.
about who can finish above each other with us and Chelsea now. That's how low we are now.
Yeah. No, I agree. Leon, I agree with you, man. I just feel like that Tottenham game was such a wake-up call. Not in a sense where, you're in a position where you're not aware of it and it gets slapped in your face. It's more of a reminder.
Yes.
Don't forget how bad we are as a club. Look at the midfield that Tottenham had that game. We struggled. I think we had two shots on target the whole game. I believe so. Like that's embarrassing at Old Trafford. So yeah, man. I feel like as we progress through these fixtures, we have more and more reminders about how bad United are. Like, and it's funny because when I was growing up, obviously, my mum used to watch United a lot, and it's funny. Like every time she comes back from work, or she's like, "Oh, United lost again." Oh, what's going on? And it's mad because I watched football during the treble days. I remember like the Solskjaers, the Sheringham's, Dwight Yorks, Cole, Ji-Sung Park. All of these players. Like I remember these players. Like, and that was my era. And it's mad. I remember when I think before Ferguson left, he had a stroke. And then I remember it was like, damn, is he going to still be in the club? All of that is vivid to me. And then I think that's roughly when Ferguson left is when I stopped watching football. So even under Van Gaal and that, I didn't really watch United, I did remember watching Pogba and all of that, but I didn't really watch football until, 2 years ago, I came back into football. But before, I was heavily involved. My point being is that the Tottenham game was a clear kind of, look how bad United is. We're not the same United. And then one of the Tottenham YouTubers was like, we've swapped positions with Spurs. United are the new Spurs. And at first I wanted to take that to heart and I was thinking, nah, the fan in me is like, nah, bro. But it's facts. We are the new Spurs. Spurs are better than us. Right now, Spurs.
I'd rather watch Spurs.
Spurs
as a team, maybe if you have to say it a bit better. As a team, they're way better than us.
Spurs are better. Spurs are better than us.
And it's damning. It's damning. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But that's what I'm saying. Right now, we just need to focus on what's going to elevate us and give us slow increments of improvements. Because right now, it's not looking good, man. I said earlier that I look forward to watching games, but I'm a bit on what Leon's on. Like before, I look at the team sheet and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, let's see what we're going to cook." I used to watch all the press conferences. I don't watch them anymore because I think Ten Hag just chats crap. But at the same time, it's mad because I used to watch them religiously. Then I stopped kind of watching them, but then I used to want to watch them for the team news. So I see who's injured and if anyone's coming back. But now I just don't care. When the game starting 10 minutes in, I remember I used to be weaving through traffic. Now the game's I don't even care. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Certain times I'm just listening to the game in my AirPods and that. Like this, and I'm so traumatized by Man United that like when I don't watch the game for like 10 minutes, I'm just assuming that we've conceded a goal, or I'm listening to the commentators' vibes, and then I'm hearing like, so let's say that I've got the game on my iPad and I walk to the kitchen or something. I'm trying to the fans' atmosphere, and you don't hear our fans. More time is just quiet. You know what I mean? So every game, our fans are not really loud. We're just getting Tottenham bopped us around the park. They schooled us.
With Højbjerg and Skip
in the midfield and Richarlison and Werner at Old Trafford, the mighty Old Trafford.
But we need to give this manager time, and he needs all his players.
Exactly. So where do we go? So
the only hope we've got this season, guys, is if Lissandro. Sorry, I'm not. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to say when our injuries come back, we're going to be a new team. Do you know what I mean?
The glue, man. The glue, that's Luke Shaw.
Yeah. Man. The only chance we've got this season is if he if he plays Ahmad, if he plays Cass and he plays Mino together, and the Sandro plays out of his skin. That's it, guys. That's it.
Yeah, we have to
But
build
more
it
than
around the
likely,
youths.
more than likely, he's probably gonna swap Cass and Mino out of the team when he should be playing them together. He's gonna probably play Ahmad a little bit and say, "You're not running as hard as Anthony," and then he's probably gonna play the Sandro until he breaks again. So you heard it here first, guys.
Hey Dan, your thoughts on
Yeah, bruv, you know it's bad. Yeah, you know we've come to a point. You know when it's bad, when like what Leon was saying earlier, like, bro, I'll be real with you, and I ain't even ashamed to say it, bro. I didn't even watch the game, bro. All I saw was Hoyland's goal, fam. And I was like,
I told you this.
Oh yeah, big up Hoyland's goal as well.
Hoyland's goal was hard, didn't it?
Yeah, don't get mistaken. If it wasn't a part of work, I would stop watching us too. I stopped watching us on the radio.
But like what Rhino said, yeah,
well,
that never used to be me. Like I used to be very excited every game. Like I'll be gassed. Nah,
it makes the day lit knowing you got ball to watch.
No, bro, my priorities now in life, like watching Man United is not there anymore. It's not number one like priority. Like if I've got shit to do, I need to do my shit. And if that means missing Man United sometimes, it is what it is. That's what it's come to. Before, it wouldn't have been like that. I'm watching every game, like without question. Like I'm doing the most to watch this game. Like, but now I know what to expect. Like what you man is saying. You look at the team sheet, you look at what's been going on in previous games. When's the last time you played a good 90 minutes? Never. Like, so why am I going to spend my valuable time, constantly watching the same shit over and over again? That's what it is shit, bro. Yeah. Like what Rhino said, man would rather watch Tottenham than Man United, bro. This how bad it's watch.
I do what? Nah, they're one of the better sides to watch in the Premier League, just from an entertainment standpoint, because you know they're going to play the highlights.
Like, it's how mad it is.
Oh, by the way, if you get bored of watching United, just watch Dortmund.
Sancho cooking,
Yo, an assist in 25 minutes.
They're going to start that conversation.
Nah, he's toxic, man.
Sorry,
toxic individual.
25 minutes.
He's the problem.
We sound the problem though.
Toxic individual. But we move. Hey, Ivorian, what you saying? Thoughts on the draw?
On Tottenham Hotspurs. Oh yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm disappointed, man, and with the result as well, especially for the fact that the team took the lead twice, and then again, typical United, we just can't keep hold of a lead, like just keep conceding. This is the mentality of these players. Big up to Hoyland for scoring that goal, but let's be real. After he scored his goal, I never saw him after that. Even Bruno's brilliant pass to Marcus Rashford for Marcus Rashford to try and sort out his feet, which he never did, and Hoyland took it off of him. After that pass from Bruno, I never saw him after that, man. And it's time and time again that I keep saying this. I'm tired for the last, I think it's been a good 6-7 years. Every match day, we keep losing the midfield battle. Hasn't these people realized that midfield is really key to winning games? The midfield battle. And he needs to stop.
It's the structure of the fault of the club that he keeps playing.
Nah. But we have to give him time.
We gotta give him time in it, like you man saying it, we don't know who we're gonna get.
Somebody put in the chat earlier that United players are like y'all lost to the streets. We get a run through right now.
Ran through in the middle, like I keep saying, for Polo in that midfield, man. Legs wide open. Any man can have their turn, Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like we've been.
Hey, dude, it's so mad, yeah. You know when you say that, just to go off tangent of it, it just reminds me of, obviously, if you know, back in the day, like, when that there's a certain thing in the gaff. Everyone's got the phone call, like,
this girl's here, like, what you man saying?
Do you know what this is?
Everyone knows what time it is.
You know about OG Nicky? This is OG Nicky.
Oh my God!
You taking it back, yo? Man said OG Nicky.
Now, big up OG Nicky, though. Actually, shout my brother still. Not even. I wouldn't say I didn't know her that well, but musically, like, yeah. We used to chat still when I used to manage certain artists. Obviously, she's cool though. She's cool.
Yeah, she was supposed to clash Nole and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, that tune she dropped was cold though. Like,
hey, who?
OG Nicky.
I don't remember her tracks. I'm not gonna lie.
Those were sick. Like,
I do.
F in the back singing la la. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Johnny Guns, and even Sneak Ball.
Johnny Guns days. Yeah.
Man was there.
One
bro.
hit
Big up
wonder.
Johnny as well.
I don't know if he was talking about OG Nicky as a one-hit wonder, as in like one hit
No, I
and
was
then you
talking
wonder.
about Lele.
But are you talking about? You was talking about.
I know a couple of managers wouldn't even. Do you know what I mean? I know a couple of man wouldn't even manage you. Do you know what I'm saying? Remix. Do you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, you're right, Ivorian, man. It's just, man. Go on anyway. Yeah.
Back to that game, again, the goals that we conceded, silly. And guys, I think I'm tired. I think I'm done with Onana. Like every goal we concede, guys, he looks stupid in goal. Every single goals that we concede.
I had to find that video. Let me show you that.
And it's the funny thing is that it's the fact that he concedes the goal, then he reacts to it. That just pisses me off, man. It's the slow motion of the concentration level of him.
Reaction minus
the goal that we conceded, the second goal, the equalizer. You know what? Yeah, we're bad. We're just bad. You know what? Bun this, man. I keep saying before, this manager is a joke, man, because you can't be setting this team up to play football in this kind of way, week in, week out. Like I'm asking my manager, can you go Specsavers, please? Because you need it, bro. Because what are you seeing? Because I paid to see. I went to the Specsavers and then paid to see this and to see that nonsense. It's just upsetting, man. You guys need to just sort yourself out, man. But that team let us down once again, like Spurs at home at Old Trafford. I thought we was the away team. That's how bad it was. We did not dominate. Spurs enjoyed themselves. I would say to you guys, I think Spurs were more disappointed in the result. Yeah, the fact that they drew.
Bear in mind, they had 5 of their first teamers missing.
Mm-hmm.
Their entire midfield and 2 of their front 3.
No Son, just men like Skip.
Just to clarify that, their entire midfield, their entire first choice midfield was missing. The whole trio. Mm-hmm. And their front 2 and 2 of their best 2 of their best attackers were missing as well.
Yeah.
In the forward line, in Son and Kulusevski.
And still we flopped, man.
Are they making excuses?
Nope.
No.
But
this manager needs more time and more money after spending 400 M's. But anyways, people, I think that's it. I think we've got to everything. We spoke about Benzema, spoke about the game, spoke about Ten Hag. I think that's all the topics. I did get big up to everyone who indeed super chatted as well. Big up to them. How'd you say his name again?
Demilade.
There we go. Big up to Demilade for the super sticker and the super chat. Big up Knowledge for the super chats as well. Big up to Biggie the Third for his super chat. Big up Nero as well, the young G, who says larger part of Madam. He said this earlier. He's been a member of the channel for 6 months. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people, as well. Again, make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem's channels, people. The links are all in the titles. Leon's channel, Rhino's channel, Dan's channel, and Ivorian's channel. All links are in the title. All their links are underneath in the description on this live stream and every other live stream as well. And they're all in the featured channel page and the featured channel section as well. So you have ample places to find all their channels. Go subscribe, support, find all their socials as well. Ivorian, always great shopping out with you. Anything you want to add, let the people know what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Well, guys, Thursday is the biggest game, of the African Cup of Nations. I think it's the Ivory Coast versus Nigeria, where there's going to be beef in my household because my woman's Nigerian and I'm Ivorian. Like I said before, on that day, I won't be talking to her. I won't be eating any of her food. I won't be talking to anyone that's Nigerian. You get me? After the match, we can talk about it. But during that day, build up to the match, there's a watch along for that. So make sure you guys tune in for that watch along for the Ivory Coast versus Nigeria. And of course, we've got the watch along for the Premier League games, bro. But big up to everyone, man. You can find me at Red United TV, and you can follow Red United TV on Instagram as well. Tomorrow is Women's Crush Wednesday, Manchester United Women's Crush Wednesday. So make sure for the ManDem who are thirsty, make sure you follow Red United TV.
Oh, that's this chat, all right. They'll be there. That is this chat. You know what I'm saying? That is this chat.
Answer Ivorian is going to sit here angry and hungry. Looking at his message. That's hilarious.
That is this chat 110%. Trust me, I know. For real, yo. For real. That is this chat. For those, one of podcast is back tomorrow, people. Just to clarify for you, thirsty motherfuckers. Dan, anything you want to add? Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Big up to everyone inside. Big up to the chat. Big up to the panel, as always. Man, you can find me at my social at Dan Silly Man. A lot of content coming. Man, stay tuned, man. We're just here, man, working, man. You know what I'm saying? and give us a follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, big up to everyone.
Love every time, Dan. You already know the pattern. Rhino, my done. Same to you. Let them know what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. As always, Flawless, appreciate you having me, man. Big up Leon, Ivor, and Danny. Yeah, man, big up the chat as well. Make sure you are liking the video. And yeah, Rhino MGTV. I haven't really dropped any videos. I did, but I'm gonna be back at it. Just busy, man. And on top of that, like Dan said, sometimes even supporting United is, you know what I mean? Like, you know, let me just focus on other avenues of work. This YouTube thing, you know, like it's like, okay, United, like, you feel me?
Long
United
day.
are just stressful. Yeah, it's
Create
long, but
and do some work or watch Man United.
yeah. So yeah, man. So well, yeah, subscribe anyway, man. I'm still gonna be doing my match reviews, and I want to get back into being consistent, whatever. But obviously I do a lot of music stuff as well. I'm in the music industry.
You
A
working
lot of people
elsewhere,
don't really know.
You putting in graft. Let them know what you got going
YouTube
on.
is
Right now, you're a
more of
producer.
I manage producers. So obviously YouTube is basically like a new hustle that I started like probably March last year. So obviously I do artist and producer management. I've got a team. I've got A&Rs. I've got graphics designers, everything. You feel me? I've done management with influencers and stuff like that as well. So I'm heavy in the studio, even when it comes to that, because I do songwriting. I can do a bit of production as well. I can do I do music videos. I used to shoot music.
That's why you
videos
tell
as
us
well.
you wrote that tune for OG Nicky, yeah.
Nah. There's a lot that I can be proud for in the industry. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting some of that on my channel as well. I'm gonna be kind of involving the music in some of the podcasts as well. So Sunday, I got my Sunday show 9 p.m. You might catch Leon there sometimes. Naji's on there. Even Ivor and Daniel. I think Flawless. If he's free, you know what I mean? You guys can join in. We talk about different things.
Man. Hard, man.
You feel me? Relationships. Yeah, you know, red pill, blue pill content. Yeah, so
just give me
it's fun, man.
What, like dating and that?
Dating. We do a lot of man versus woman stuff. You know, why do women do this? Women cheat, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So Sundays 9 p.m. Rhino MGTV. Sundays, make sure you lock in. And yeah, so subscribe, and as always, listen, make sure you're liking the video, man. That's it, man. But big up the ManDem as always, man.
Hey, facts, just more versatility and adaptation than United. Big up Rhino. That's facts.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If United had that type of adaptability, we'd be in a much fucking better position. But here we are. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of someone who's also doing a lot outside of the YouTube space, Leon, floor's yours, man. Let them know what you got coming up on the channel and what you're doing outside of it as well. You out here hustling as well.
Yeah, so I put my channel on hold because, like, sometimes I start something. It's good, listen, for the 180 people that subbed in the first couple of weeks. Forever grateful. But I like to come with a different angle. So what I'm going to start doing is kind of like heavily edited boxing. I want to build up to doing documentaries, and that's the thing I really want to do.
Yeah, check out his Insta. Them clips that you do on Insta when it's showing like the little builds up of like someone coming out the car, walking into their work. Those little short clips that you do.
Yeah. So basically,
hard, cold.
I create content for small businesses and mainly in the combat industry. So like boxing and MMA. I've just delved into MMA, but I want to really do like heavily edited stuff that you can't find on the internet. So me and my friend have got a passion of like going through the internet and finding clips that you would never see in it. Like one of my brethren posted a clip of Chris Eubank Jr. doing a boxing session with Lennox Lewis back in the day, and it just went boom offline. Yeah, like you have to. I'll send you the thing in it. My brethren, Coach Carlos, in it. But I'm gonna come back with my channel more not pre-recorded, but like edited, posted content, and then I'm gonna do a show once a week for boxing and a show once a week for the football. Because Flawless, I'm not envious of you, man. They're coming on here daily and talking about things. Yeah, it's like Rhino was saying, it's hard work, man. You know what I'm saying? But also, I do Instagram reels for businesses. So if anybody knows any businesses that want Instagram reels in the UK, I'm willing to go there, pay for my expenses. I'll do the reel for you for free. I'm doing that for January and February. And we just get out there in different industries and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I just want to
what
say,
do you call it, Leon? Sorry. What is it called, those clips that you do? Like when it shows like the point of view. It's like a behind the scenes.
So what I do is to bridge the contact between the businesses
Dan.
that I shoot. I put my own reels up. So whatever I kind of is in my head. So it might be something motivational. It might just be me doing transitions. It's just me. I've been in the industry like 3-4 years and I've never shown what I do. So now it's just time to.
It's time, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? So So Rhino, if you want to behind the scenes at the studio, flawless. If you want to do a match day take, that's the kind of thing I'll come and do. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Yeah, no, trust me, you guys check it out. Do you know what it's like? It's like,
you gonna say
so obviously, yeah, just quickly, just to kind of explain why I like the content. It's like, you know, like I said, I go studio. So what it will be, the clip would be like me driving to the studio, me walking up the stairs, me in the studio. But the way he cuts up the clips and the build up,
so Rhino might put his hand on the camera, and then the hand comes off, and then he's in the studio. It might be
So it shows like a build up of someone's day and that. Yeah, it's sick. It's hard. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
sorry, Dan.
By the way, this is a safe space as well. So Ivorian, if you get some peak for the Afro, you know, in the African Cup of Nations and that, just message, man, if you feel like if the bags are gonna bin landers out the window and it's an argument thing, just start, man, you know what I'm saying? I see that Ivorian, bare ballsy as well. Like, I'm not gonna eat. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be hungry. Man, sat there. Like,
nah, man, they just have takeout, man. That's just beef that day. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we do? Ivorian, that day, you need to show us your plate. Show us your plate that day so we know you weren't.
Well, there's no jollof rice. There will be no jollof rice.
No. Just get takeout because it's beef that day. Ivory Coast, Nigeria. That is.
People don't go Dixies though. Don't listen to Flores about Dixies. Don't go Dixies.
Why are you mad against Dixies? What's going on? We had this.
It's probably preaching Dixies the other day, Rhino. Rhino, would you go Dixies?
I was just shocked.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
You see?
The Morley's
Morley's man, bro.
There was no Morley's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? There was no Morley's where I was at. Mom was doing some shopping. I was like, you know what, Mom, let me just jump in Dixie's real quick because it's right exactly where I'm at. That's all it is. Oh, sorry, all you man eating the finest cuisine, yeah? Sure. No spamming in the chat either, people. If you do, you will be blocked. But yeah, continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel. We're back here tonight. 10:30 p.m. people, 10:30 p.m. UK time for first ManDem United crossover, ManDem United analysis at Anfield. So Manchester United Liverpool show. So I'll be with the Liverpool Duns. They'll be discussing Liverpool-ish. Unfortunately, because them lot are all happy because they top of the league and all this rubbish. Also, in between that as well, you make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV gaming YouTube channel. We got pro clubs. You're gonna get 2 sessions. So you'll get one at 8:45 p.m. UK time, and then you'll get one at like midnight, 12:30 a.m. UK time, people. Just gearing up for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, love to everyone who has locked in, big up. And just one last thing as well. Don't forget this show, all the other shows on the channel are available on audio-only platforms, people. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcast, wherever you listen to music, whatever streaming platform you on probably has a podcast section. Type in Sarcasm City TV on all the shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs will pop up. So like I always say, whether you're cooking, whether you're cleaning, whether you're driving, maybe you're watching AFCON and you're just chilling and you're like, you know what, let me just throw on these man chatting whilst you're, you know what I'm saying, or you're waiting for the AFCON game, I should say. So yeah, love to everyone who's locked in, man. Big up, you lot are real ones. And yes, Nero, I'm on Rance's channel at 7:30 p.m. So make sure you subscribe to my Rance as well.
Just so you don't forget, I cut off Danny in it, so Danny didn't get his proper outro.
Oh yeah. Go on.
Wait, you lot, man. You keep making me forget.
Allow Danny, bro.
No.
It's my fault.
Allow you. Don't worry. No, I remember what it was. It was shout out to Leon, yeah, and everyone flipping give the guy some credit because I rate the new thumbnails, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is
No, we're just warming. We got a few more.
Yeah, the ManDem United podcast. The ManDem United podcast.
Yeah, cold. I noticed
the sports Q&A. I did say that I let you lot
Leon
know that
did
it was
it,
Leon.
yeah?
Leon was the one who made both of them in it. So you lot who have been bigging him up, and that's why I put it on the social. So yeah, it was Leon, 100%.
Yeah,
and Nero says, literally watching AFCON whilst listening to this. So yeah, you know what I'm saying, Nero, that type of thing. So big up to you. And yeah, you lot salute Leon because like I said,
quick one. What's the topic on Rances? What you guys talking about?
Just
the
probably
same shit about.
Yeah, it's probably the same. I've just seen I've just seen from just like his recent videos, you know, recent live since the game that he's unhappy. I haven't spoke to him, but I just know he's just
always unhappy.
I'm just like, yo, let Rance say his shit in it. Like that's what I'm like, yo,
let him rant. It's in the name.
Yeah, man. Let Rance rant. Like that's what it is. That's how they do that. Like that's what
he's
it
real
is.
with
like
it. I rate him. He's real.
Yeah, 100%. Because through him ranting, he always be dropping some shit, and I'm like, that's actually true. I didn't look at it that way.
Yeah.
Like when he's talking about the availability, like
I agree with like 98% of what he says.
Yeah, that's most. Like that's it. And yes, Jez, you're right. Thumbnails are cold. And that being said, people, we're going to redirect to Ahmed. He's live, Bridge 258. He's actually running his career mode, which I'm very surprised about. He's doing a career mode on EAFC 24. So he's reloaded that because he got battered the last time he was on there and almost got sacked. So he's back. So
what,
yeah,
he just quit before he got sacked.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, yo, EAFC 24 career mode. I tried it. It's tough.
It's not even
like, that shit on legendary is tough. Like all the content creators got beat, and I understand why. I did. Matisse, Saeed, Lewis, Ahmed, everyone who tried it. That's why I just run clubs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people, Sarcasm City TV Gaming. But like I said, we're gonna redirect to Ahmed. But put Sarcasm City Raid in capital letters in the chat, people. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube.